884 votes, representing 63.84%. Musa Dankwa said he was going to garner about 75%.
Yeah.
So this is short of the 75%. But Baba Jamal himself said he was going to garner about 80%.
Yeah.
So relatively, in over 100, this is more than average, right?
Yeah.
This is more than average.
Yeah.
Is this a pass? Over 100 in school?
Yeah.
This is a pass.
Yeah, 60-something percent, yes.
It's a pass.
It's
Yeah,
good. But I think the low turnout really affected a lot
Charlie,
of
they
stuff.
think they are
Just
no the bab.
16,000 plus when they were expecting almost 50,000.
Yeah, almost 50,000.
But I think we also have to put this across, that usually if you look at turnout for by-elections,
it's usually very low. And, well, other variables have been cited, like the Muslims who are on their annual fast, first of all, seeing as it was a weekday as well. And it was a market day, I'm told, in the Ayawaso East constituency. Yes, it was a market day, so it was going to be very difficult for people to leave their businesses. I mean, things that they do on a daily basis that feeds them, or on a weekly basis that feeds them. It was going to be difficult for them to leave it to come and form long queues to vote for, I mean, a seat that is predominantly NDC. And they knew that whatever the case was, it was still going to go the NDC way. So, yeah, good showing for Baba Ali from the NPP, and then Omar Usanda, who is also the independence candidate who migrated from the NDC. Yeah, good showing for him as well. Congratulations to all of them.
Yeah.
But that former chairman certainly forfeits membership and will have to rejoin the party.
So he will come back to the party?
Well, yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He can.
After 2
According
years?
to the Constitution,
After how many years, or immediately?
I think after 2 years.
Yeah.
After 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we'll see how that goes
advice,
as well. Yeah.
Because he was told that it was a wrong path he was on.
And he didn't listen, eh?
Well, he had already made up his mind, so...
Wow.
Well, sometimes, you know, you have a number of people who tell you that please make sure that you go for us. We're going to go vote for you.
Yeah.
Whether they'll make that voter decision of... you know, going with your independent candidature is another matter altogether.
Right.
And we know that realistically, the political parties are the movement behind the candidates.
Yeah.
So usually in our political history, especially in the Fourth Republic, all the individual candidates, with the exception of a couple who've been able to cross that mark of independently standing on their brand and credibility and authority and influence in the constituencies to be able to win, i.e. a former CEO of the DVLA, subsequently also became Member of Parliament for Bekwai, and a number of individuals who went independent, like, for example, A+, etc. It is quite difficult for you not to be under a backing of a political party. OK Frimpong, for example, when it comes to the last election, was able to do that. But all of them have aligned with political parties, whether it's the MPP or the NDC. And so they tend to use that sort of affinity or affiliation as part of the ability to be able to win. It's very sparse, marginal, and I think that he's one of those casualties, but it's not something that was not predicted. And Nima, especially when it comes to NDC and the influences they have, is a very difficult terrain to overturn if you want to be anti the party, you know. And especially prior to that, we had everybody zooming in. First, we had the entire leadership. Johnson Esiedun Ketia, the general secretary, everybody else. We even had Malik going with his 5,000
bikers.
K-men, 3,000 women, so-called, etc. And so you'll find that the two parties would always be dominant. It's something that's insurmountable. And I believe that's why Musa Dankwa's predictions went that way. Because if you take a look at the others, which is a component of some 12, 13 percentage points of those individuals. It's a composition of both parties. And particularly, I would dare say, maybe majority of that 12% and then 13% more being NDC than anything else. And it could be those individual voters who went the side of maybe the independent candidate, so to speak, from NDC. And if you add that vote to the 63 then it also means that you cross that mark of being 73, 75%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the disruptor is the independent candidate, and
yeah.
then also the individual who supports maybe NDC, MPP, and they make that decision that we want to go for the independent. So the interpretation of the data and then the predictions of global info analytics does not need to be undertaken or done in isolation.
I agree
So you
with
look
that.
at the other 13% or 12%, you add up to whether it's 23 by the other Baba from MPP, and then the other as well to Baba Jamal, so 13 to that 63 so-called. And then you inch closer to that number. And so the disruptor is that somebody makes a decision. And so if I'm a delegate of the NDC, for example, and I am supporting the independent candidate, I will not tell you in the poll if I don't want to tell you. But on voting day, I may go vote for the
Independent
Yeah.
candidate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it does make sense.
Yeah. We also do apologize for the technical hitch that we had in the beginning before we started the show. It actually started from news
yes.
time. We do apologize. Technical hitches, forgive us, but thank you for your patience for still sticking and staying with us. We are live now. We are back, and I'm not sure we're going to go through it again this morning. But yeah, it's already the 4th of March 2026.
It's running.
Yeah, the month is really running. I mean,
Wow.
we also had a very beautiful Ghana month launch here.
Yeah.
Just before we went into the Yawaso East elections. It was really super beautiful. Special thanks going out to Mamaga Jifa Gomashi. Thank you so much for coming. And to the Deputy CEO of the GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority, Abeku Santana, for coming. And also Kofi Ochre, the Diasporan Affairs Office. Thank you very much for coming as well as all the other dignitaries who were here. A lot of people, Lantam Papanko, Henry Herbert Malm. The names are endless and countless. Thank you very much. If I haven't mentioned you, it's not deliberate at all. It's because it's a very tall list. But we do thank you for coming. And just be reminded that the village is still open. The Ghana village is still open very much to the public. You can come. We've got exhibitions right there. The Shea Butter Museum is also there. So much to see, pictures to take, a lot of people to meet and all of that. So please make sure that the entire month of March, which is the Ghana month, please make sure that you come through the Ghana village right here at the TV3 premises to enjoy, taste everything Ghana. And on Fridays, there's free food by Kivo. Kivo provides free food at the village every Friday. So please make sure that you are a part of it. Roland, you and I have to go and eat fufu this Friday. After.
With hot pepper?
Yes. No,
like
fufu with a punch and crack.
Yes,
Fantastic.
with hot pepper inside. In fact, that's the only advert I see when the guy is eating and goes like, exactly.
Kivo.
Yeah, but we have a replica of the Ghana village as well in studio here. This morning when I came, saw the bambara beans, I was like, okay, is it real? Is it not real?
It is.
And then I went to the other
It
side
is
and
real.
saw the beans and said,
yeah.
oh, okay, that's actually real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I took a photo with it last Monday.
Yeah.
I'll be posting it soon. But yeah, very beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so for big issues this morning, we'll be taking a critical look at some key subject matters. We already know that because of the Middle East tensions, just over the last 12 hours, we're told that there's still being missiles from Iran making incursions into oil installations, not only of the UAE, but also we have Qatar, as well as Oman, etc., and as well as other facilities like hotels, etc., some recreational areas, and then those affected, and then the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and that intersection or that strait that ensures that at least 20% of the world's oil cargo will be able to go to those Asian countries as well as those other countries around the world. So these have implications on the market. Already, just as of this morning, Brent crude is going for some $82. So it also means that, well, for the next pricing window, there will be projections for the other implications. And so what does it mean for us? Already right here in Ghana, the Ministry of Energy is convening interactions within stakeholders within the energy sector to find some solutions to the likely implications of these Middle East tensions and the bombings that are ongoing. So what does it mean? We need to have some thorough discussion on that. And rightfully, we have some great people to help us do the discussion. So Edu Jitamaklo of the MPA will be here. We have Kofi Tonto. And then, of course, we have the pair, Solomon Owusu, Jemuntie Zato, and Musa Dankwa also when it comes to the Nima elections. I said Nima election, Ayawaso East election. Ayawaso East election will be here to help us do some analysis on the subject. But the Middle East tensions have been quite bizarre. The lives that have been lost, and particularly the civilians that have been targeted, make it extremely horrid, knowing that you know some of those locations as well. And
the fact that, I mean, the Iranians are willing to, you know, face the U.S. boot for boot. I'm sure you're aware that they've elected the son of Khomeini
the leader who passed away.
The eldest son to represent him. So they're also trying to sort it out on the other side. But yes, quite unfortunate. And the fact that Americans are divided over this, you know, once again, it tells you really what's happening. But I know that in the course of last week, the Foreign Affairs Ministry also issued a statement saying that they were going to be they were going to be monitoring the situations and also see which evacuation plans would be in place, advising Ghanaians to stay away from some of these areas. So hopefully we're able to get an update as regards what's happening on that front as well.
Yeah, but there was actually an update yesterday that came in, and the title is "No Ghanaian has been killed in the Middle East war so far." It was from the foreign minister. Guys, if you have it, maybe we can project it quickly. But it says that this evening I convened a virtual meeting with ambassadors and consuls general in the Middle East to assess the latest developments and explore additional consular interventions towards the protection of Ghanaians. The heads of a mission for Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, Iran, and Turkey participated in the virtual meeting. And I'm glad to report that so far no Ghanaian has been killed or injured. We have put together a reliable database of all Ghanaians in these countries, including those who were on short visits and those who were transiting. All missions have been tasked to identify Ghanaians within their jurisdictions who wish to be evacuated for the urgent consideration of government. Meanwhile, our diplomatic missions are currently assisting a considerable number of Ghanaians escape across certain strategic border crossings. The safety and welfare of all Ghanaians remain our utmost priority. And we are told that the government of the UAE so far is taking up the accommodation and feeding fee for all of their visitors currently stuck in the UAE, especially in Dubai, making sure that they are safe and sound. They are not paying for anything at all. So whatever accommodation you had at the time where the attack hit, you are still very safe there. They are paying for you until when it's safe for you to return home. So hopefully this does not escalate further, but it doesn't look like it's the end. But let's just hope and pray that it eases up in the coming days.
All right, so we just want to ask you for a question of the day for the This Morning segment, what you make of the Ayawaso East by-election in itself and what observations generally you make of it. And we know this was covered live right here by your Election Command Center. Is up next.
All right, welcome back, welcome back. It's still TV3, a new day, and we're taking a look at the Ayawaso East by-election, which just ended. And we do know that Baba Jamal has been declared Member of Parliament-elect for the Ayawaso East constituency with some 10,884 votes, representing 63.84% of the total votes that came in yesterday. Well, voter turnout was really very low, as we all saw yesterday, but as indicative of by-elections, you don't expect that the voter turnout will be the same as it is in general elections across the country. But yeah, congratulations to Baba Jamal for winning. And I read somewhere that he says he's dedicating the victory to his 93-year-old mom, who promised that she would make sure that he goes back into Parliament while she's alive. Yeah.
Now
so,
I understand the reason for the dedication.
Now you understand, right? Yeah. So when you go to the Zongo communities, we call our mothers Mma. So Mma Baba Jamal, congratulations to you this morning.
Mma.
Mma, yes.
The mother is called Baba Jamal.
I'm just saying Mma Baba Jamal because that's
Baba Jamal.
Yes, mother of Baba Jamal. Yeah. So congratulations to you for making sure that your son has come back to Parliament. But let's take a listen to Baba Jamal after the win.
This has been one of the most peaceful elections, and that is going to be the nature of Nima and Isaiah also going forward. That is what we want the world to see. We want the world to see that Isaiah people are peaceful. Isaiah people are peaceful, peace-loving people. So we need to change the image that we have. I want to thank all my imams, my chiefs, and my constituency executives, that, and more so, our highly respected His Holiness, Chief Imam, Dr. Sharbutu, who also prayed for us. And I think that Allah has accepted his prayer for all of us. And today, we are on a good path. Let every member of East Ayawaso listen to me. From today, we are going to rewrite the history of East Ayawaso. In the market, on the street, in the ghettos, in the bases, there is going to be new East Ayawaso, and that is why I am here to pursue that vision, to ensure that we rebrand East Ayawaso, especially Nima, with a new face of peace, of development, of professionalism, and inshallah, we shall achieve that. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I thank all Ghanaians, those who sympathize with me in these difficult times, those who sympathize with me. I thank everybody, especially the party grassroots, who didn't forsake me in my difficult times, who came through for me. I thank all the grassroots people. I will be there for them as they were there for me. We thank Allah, Assalamu alaikum, and to God bless you.
And that's...
Congratulations to MP-elect for the Ayawaso East Constituency, Honorable Baba Jamal. I'm told our first caller is on the line. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Cookie and Roland.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
Yeah, this is Philip. I'm Philip from Pandai.
Okay, Philip, talk to us.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm just trying to congratulate Baba Jamal. This young slide in. And also my brother, Baba Frederick, for his appointment. This great appointment. The young guy has worked for the NGC. You see, I want us to consider two factors.
Okay.
Nima and Mamubi as Ayawaso East. Then comparing a place like Bandai. These are two different constituencies that has different developmental procedures, different developmental agendas. For instance, Nima, their roads could be old roads, ancient roads that have been constructed for so many years ago. So the MP over there may have little
to thank the Almighty Allah
to work on in Ayawaso East, comparing to Pandai constituency, whereby we don't have water, we don't have roads, we don't have electricity, we have extremely low current. As I'm talking to you now, my stabilizer is reading 175 votes instead of 220 to 240 votes.
Yeah, I think you complained about that last week as well.
That has been what we experienced in Pandai and Uti region, the northern enclave. So I want the government to consider these two constituencies as two different entities. Ayawasu West, that's East Legon. What do they have to be considered over there as compared to Pandai or Williamsey or Bimbila? So the government should consider giving more MP common fund and developmental projects to these deprived constituencies.
Okay.
Now we are going through a lot. We don't have light. Our fan doesn't work, and the place is very hot. Our air conditioning doesn't work.
Okay.
The place is very hot. And low current, we have a mortuary over here, whereby we use electricity. Dead bodies get rotten almost every now and then because the electricity cannot power the turbines and the what's the name?
All right.
The refrigerators too.
Thank you, sir.
Bodies.
Thank you.
So that's just my humble
Thank you.
submission.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Point well made. Please, a reminder to keep your submissions very short so other people can also call in. Another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
If you can speak up a little bit, it will be really helpful.
Good morning. Good morning.
You sound very faint and very far away on the line.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning to you and everyone. And then the other.
And I'm hearing myself on your TV set. Can you please turn it down?
I'm very powerful TV set, please.
Okay.
I'm not in the house.
All right, sure, sir. Talk to us. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tumuri. My name is Dr. Alasan.
Okay, Mr. Lassan, please talk to us.
Yeah, I want to comment about the by-election of Ayawasu East.
Okay.
You know, I hear people complaining about the low turnout, especially the NPP. The issue is that if you think that the low turnout will affect the NDC, this was roughly to pay for the people to come out. And you know, this is the month of Ramadan. A lot of Muslims based in Ayawasu East. So most of them, at least, it's not easy to fight and go and queue a vote. And they realize that even with them going to queue a vote, yes, the NDC was going to win. So I'm not surprised down the law as well. I am only pleading with the NDC caucus, and so the majority leader, to accept him in Parliament, work with him to build a strong unity so that coming 2028, the seat in Ayawasu East should be a foregone conclusion.
Okay.
Well, I certainly blame my own party somehow.
All right.
You know, democracy and then the political party in government is not permanent. It's not security. So I want to you want to show the way. You want to lead the faith. And if the other parties, they will not do that. They like imposing their own people too much. It's not the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, too, for calling us. Beatrice, there's another call on the line.
Yes, we have Master Planner Junior joining us on the phone. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us what you think.
Fantastic. Good morning. Beautiful Beatrice.
Good morning.
Hey,
how are you,
Master
sir?
Planner?
Honorable, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, Paparu. How about you?
I'm well. I'm well.
Ajia, and then Ajia Kukiti. Special good morning to you all.
Bakupe. Good morning. Good morning.
Ajia,
next week na me start it. This week me Saraka na me de ashemu. Na next week me no more start it.
Amen. Let me say a special good morning to you and then your production team. I think you are really doing a fantastic job. God bless you all. Let me come.
It looks like we've lost.
He has done well. Congratulations to him. And then congratulations to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bome once again. Inshallah, 2029, that's Ghana's president. But I want to appeal to him. He should please appoint Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe to be his running mate. Like we did to him, we repeated him. That's political consistency. I think Napo has to also be repeated so that the political consistency will continue. Napo is a solid man that can rally behind Dr. Bome to galvanize vote for MPP come 2028. Inshallah, I know victory will be ours. And he should do it, please, as soon as possible so that the party can reorganize well and then fight towards victory. God bless you. All right.
God bless you too. Master Planner Junior, thank you for calling in and sharing those thoughts with us.
Majina, line also. Majina, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, by the grace, I'm doing great.
Fantastic. Talk to Beatrice.
And I'm strong like you are transmitter.
We thank God.
Cookie, you know something?
Hey, Majina, yes, tell me.
Tell Alaji that I have reported him to the Sunyane Municipal Police Commander.
Okay.
Sunyane Municipal Police Commander.
Okay.
He is backing me.
Okay.
For any action that Alaji will take,
okay,
he will come and arrest him.
All right, no problem at all.
The man is so gentle that I want to treat him this morning. I mean, the police commander.
I hear you.
Yesterday,
I hear
you. He led a team to embark on those who are using motorbike wrongly to help reduce accident, unnecessary accident that takes life. And I thank him for such an action. And Bono Regional Police Command too, we really back them for such an action. And also, this election, I want to say that Baba Jama have done it before. If you look at him, he's a legal inclined person, but he has people at heart. And I want him to translate that to Ayuwasu East Constituency, whereby he is coming to serve the people, not the people to serve him. He is a servant. He's not a master. So whenever people are to send you to do something on their behalf, you should listen to them, not your own interest that you are taking out there.
Okay.
So looking at the constituency, what are the key issues affecting the people there? So the next 4 years or 3 years that he will be in that office on behalf of the people, he should look at the very things that people are looking at. After the demise of the lead MP, what were the people saying? That now he is taking the lead, is coming to do to solve that particular problem. This is what we need to do as people. Not always I am NDC, I am NPP. We always want to be in that ticket and just be leaders. We should look at the very things that are affecting the people's life and try to change them. And I believe that man will do something, because when he was at Akotia, if you go there and check the records and compare his work to that of other MPs who took over from him, he stands different, positively. That's what we want.
Okay.
And FBG, Roland, please tell FBG that when I call him, you should pick. I want to discuss something serious.
We'll tell him when he comes in.
Thank you.
We'll tell him. We'll tell him when he comes in. Okay. Beatrice, I'm told we have Baba Razak.
Yeah, Baba Razak joins us on the line as well. Good morning to you, Baba. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, Baba. We can hear you.
Mohammed Abdulazak, not Baba.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm Mohammed Abdulazak, calling from Kintampo South, Penguin Assembly member. Good morning, Madam Beatrice. I'm blessed to be on your network this morning.
Good morning.
I want to say thank you to TV3. You have been doing a marvelous work. Checking yesterday, the time you people at Ayawasu West, Ayawasu East, so the time they declared the results. This is the reason why we're saying that the EC chair must be removed. Could you imagine a political party was able to collect results before the body, before the EC itself? This tells you the gross incompetence about the EC, Madam Dimensa and her team. So I am of the view that this EC chair must go for somebody that is more competent to come. And then moreover,
If I check the low turnout yesterday, this was even the NDC that was sit up. But I couldn't believe that there are some appointees that we were free with, we were so close with. But for now, when you call them, it is difficult for them to answer your calls, which is one of the reasons that, took NPP back to opposition. So I am telling my colleagues and my brothers who are appointed, they should know very well that we were with them at the grassroots and then they got the appointment. So they shouldn't forget that whatever the case, they will come back to us. Let's all be united. President Mahama is not like that. So some of the appointees, I can say all, please, they should be up and doing, and let us all unite and then fight for 2028. If not, 2028, we will forget about it. No matter the good work His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will do, because it's the people that will vote. If you have your friend, and your friend is appointed, and this friend will never answer your call, could you imagine? You will call somebody and the person is on call with you and will never return your call, Madam Bichu.
All right. Razak, thank you so much for calling us. Obviously, I'm happy that some individuals are not picking his calls, but thank you so much for calling in and sharing those thoughts with us. But let me remind you that, yes, there were petitions against the EC boss and her deputies, and we saw the Chief Justice, of course, with the presidency, indicating that those petitions had been dismissed, and so they retained them. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on to some messages now, but quick happy birthday going out to Selina Eli Sekenu, a.k.a. Mamaga. Selina Eli Sekenu, a.k.a. Mamaga. Randa Shaw is wishing you a very, very happy birthday. Rolly, let's do messages.
All right, so we have a couple of messages, and this one is coming from Philip. Philip is with Labadi Beach Hotel. Good morning to you, Philip, and says that interesting discussion you had early on the Middle East crisis and its effects on our sub-region and especially on our economy. And I think we need to drum home what those effects are so that people will know how to plan their lives. And you say that your son is celebrating the birthday, 10 years today. That's Uriel Edumensa, and your school is Aristoland Montessori. So Uriel Edumensa of Aristoland Montessori is from your father, Philip Edumensa of Labadi Beach Hotel, and your mom and the rest of your siblings wishing you a happy birthday as well. But generally also, we have more. This one, Joseph Akasokwe says that congratulations to Alhaji Baba Jamal, and says that may Allah grant him strength and wisdom to work hard for his people. Very interesting there. Prince Nania York says the NPP's claim going to that election were that the NDC independent candidate in Nima will split votes with the NDC candidate and snatch the seats. It is hilarious because in reality, places like Minsha South and Bantama are absolute no-go zones for the NDC. The MPP could lose everywhere else, but those two seats are locked down as MPP stronghold. And it's exactly the same as Nima, which is a solid NDC stronghold.
There's a message from Kwablanvi of Pokwasi, Benghazi. He says, Ambassador Baba Jamal has been elected as MP of Ayawasi's by-election. In the by-election yesterday, his victory was great because they voted massively for him. It shows the love the people of Ayawasu have for the MP-elect Ambassador Baba Jamal, and then sends greetings to the incoming communications officer for the Greater Accra region. And also there is a message from landlord Bolga D Line watching. It says, good morning, Beatrice. Has the MPP heard any Ghanaian come out to say he or she regrets voting for the NDC, except only the MPP communicators and party members? I'm fully surprised yesterday that Ayawasu by-election, so he's congratulating Baba Jamal again. Perhaps I should just read this quickly from Mr. Simon Yang, who is sending us a message from where it says, good morning, Beatrice, Cookie, and Roland. I can see that you people had some technical challenge. Okay, so that's what we acknowledged earlier. Thank you so much for your patience and staying with us. And it says all the same, we thank God you're back. So thank you so much, Mr. Yang, for your message as
Fantastic.
well. Yes.
And then the last one before we go to Musa Dankwa, Executive Director for Global Info Analytics. Alhaji Jibril, National Security, good morning to you, as well as Edmond Combat of the Tema Oil Refinery. You are the Managing Director. Great guy. And then you say that interesting election so far, and congratulations to the Honorable Baba Jamal. You should also attach the title Ambassador. Okay. The Honorable Ambassador Baba Jamal, congratulations to you from Alhaji Jibril. All right. We have to go to Global Info Analytics, Beatrice.
Yes, and we do have the Executive Director, Musa Dankwa, with us. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
You had already given your predictions ahead of the by-election yesterday, giving some 75% to Baba Jamal, 21% to the MPP person, of course, the rest sharing less than 1%. Perhaps I should first get your interpretation of what happened yesterday.
All right, thank you very much. Yesterday we saw one of the abysmal turnout in by-election history in this country unfold before our own eyes in Iowa East. Two things happened there. One, generally by-elections don't have higher turnout. That is not unusual. But this by-election also fell in the month of Ramadan. We've never had any election in Ghana in the month of Ramadan before. This is the first time. And Nima being about 72% or so Muslim population, it is bound to have an effect. For those of us who have lived in Zongo communities, we know how it is during Ramadan time. We tend to come from prayers at dawn and sleep until late afternoon. So activities in the morning are quite slow. It picks up after 2, 3, but then there'll be a few hours left for phone. So that would have an impact on the turnout generally. Besides that, in terms of the actual results that we saw, the polls were largely accurate in the sense that the other three candidates came within the polls margin of error. MPP, we said we're going to have 21%, plus or minus 3% margin of error. So 21 plus 3 is 24%. That's what they got. And the other candidates, the other two were below 1%, and that was happening. The difference in the poll actually is within Baba Jamal's and Umar Sanders' numbers. And these two people are from NDC stock. So if you look at the actual results, if you add what Baba Jamal got and what Umar Sanders got, they got about, I think, 75%. So technically, it is NDC votes that were moving between Baba Jamal and Umar Sanders, because he's an NDC person who broke away from NDC to go independent. And he took away 11% or so from Baba Jamal. It is quite significant.
It's quite a difference. But again, I'm just looking at the data about the three other candidates, 13.26%. How would you compare that with what you predicted earlier?
No, if you split the other two, who had 0.6 and 0.2, that were entirely within the post margin of error. It was Umar Sanda who outperformed the polling numbers. We gave him 3%, plus or minus 3%. So that should have taken him to about 6%, but he got 11% or so. That is 5 points more than what we said he was going to get. It means simply that those who went to vote yesterday, who had earlier said us they intend to vote for Baba Jamal, when they got to the polls, they switched their vote to Umar Sanda, about 5% of them. That's why he performed better than expected.
Now, moving forward, of course, this is still a stronghold of the NDC. What are your own expectations looking at the trends of the polls moving forward?
Look, I mean, by-elections are by-elections. You can't read too much into by-elections. What we'll be continuing doing is to track the national polls on a quarterly basis, which will start the April 1 sometime in the next 2 weeks or so. And we'll keep tracking all the matrices that we've been tracking. People's performance, performance of the government, the rest of the country, corruption, perception levels, standard of living of voters, and many other issues, including the head-to-head Baumia and the top NDC candidate. Those will continue until NDC have their own flag bearer elected.
And I'm glad you talk about corruption, because going into this by-election, it was one of the main things that came up because of the circumstances surrounding the election of Baba Jamal. How do you think that could factor in future elections in that constituency?
Look, it will have wider implications beyond Iowa East. And indeed, we intend to carry some of the questions we did in Nima, Iowa East, to the national level, to see people's perception about what happened in Iowa East, and whether as a country we can sustain this kind of political or politicking. So we will see the national view in terms of what people think. And I believe that should guide the conversation going forward. My understanding is that plans are underway to develop a campaign financing law, which will be welcoming. We need to start tackling these issues head on.
Musa Dankwa, I'll ask me probably the last question before you go. There's a message here that actually says that I wish to express my concern about the serious delay in the declaration of the Electoral Commission results yesterday. It's worrying that a single constituency result after polls closed at exactly 5 p.m. was not declared until almost midnight, taking more than 7 hours. What do you say to that? Many people are saying that this is just one constituency. Voter turnout was even lower than expected, but it took the Electoral Commission several hours after polls ended to declare the results. What do you say about that?
I mean, this must be something unusual, because we didn't see that in Akwetia. So there must be a reason for this. And I believe, or my suspicion is that if they are trying a new system, the system may not have worked the way they had intended it to work. So I think this question must be directed at EC for them to answer this. But certainly in this modern day and technology era, it shouldn't take more than 1 hour for us to know what has happened. Right. It's highly unacceptable. Because
it looked like the political party itself, NDC, was able to collate their numbers or their figures even before the Electoral Commission was able to do so. Moving forward, what would you advise for a change in that regard?
I think the EC must open itself up for options and alternatives for delivering election results. And with stakeholders involved, I think they can come up with something very better. I mean, very good. Okay. This level of delay for a small process like Iowa is highly unacceptable.
Musa Dankwa, we appreciate your time. I don't think you've had any sleep at all. You were all through with us here yesterday, right from studio. We started now later calling him on TV, on the telephone lines, on Zoom, and everything. We really, really do appreciate your dedication to TV3, first of all, and to the entire nation as well. We are super grateful. Thank you very much, Musa Dankwa. All right, so that was pollster Musa Dankwa predicting 75% for Baba Jamal, but that was short by how many votes? About 12, because he had 64.
63.3 something percent.
So that's like 13 less of what he predicted.
Yes. But I think his explanation is not so different from what we talked about earlier, the circumstances under which we got the results.
But I think the Electoral Commission really owes us an explanation as to why the declaration took that long, because this is just one constituency, and if it took that long, just like Musa Dankwa said, there must have been something that they were probably experimenting that did not go quite well or didn't go according to the stipulated time. So we'll wait to know about that one.
And the electoral officer, he seemed to have had a challenge. He was jittery, seemed to have been afraid. Whatever it was that went wrong, the EC must be able to tell us.
Anyway, let's now send some reminders your way. Vitality Health Insurance is inviting all corporate institutions, associations, and groups to be part of our medical plans. You need to cut down on medical expenses and enjoy good quality health care at a facility near you. So for more information, you can visit www.vitalitymh.com, or you can also call 026-6573-200, 026-6573-200 for more information. Really, does it look like you have more messages?
Yes, I have a couple more. If I'm permitted, I could read some of them. Let me say good morning to you, Moses. Moses Akrobo, to say all of you are looking just so fantastic. Pete Tenge is marketing communication consultant and a journalist as well. It says the interesting discussion you're having this morning on the subject matter of the Middle East and then the elections as well. And then I also want to congratulate the Ketasco School Group for winning the 68th Independence Quiz to mark 6 March 1957. They were marking independence as well, also right here. Yeah. And then Sherry Giovanni, good morning to you, Sherry. Sherry Giovanni also sends a message, and it says that it's always important to do this. Congratulations to Baba Jamal and his victory. That is not a surprise at all. It's sad. That said, we urge him to bring development to the people of Ayawaso East. And then also congratulations to Baba Sadiq on his appointment as High Commissioner to Nigeria. Okay. And then also Courage Kotoka also sends a message and says congratulations to him, etc. And that way for now.
Prince Henry Koforidia. He says, congratulations to Baba Jamal and know he will deliver for the good people of Ayawaso East and beyond. And thank you so much, Prince Henry Koforidia. He was always checking up on me.
A special good morning also going out to Dr. Bright Sanu. Dr. Bright Sanu, Head of Department of Business and Strategic Communications, Unimark GIJ. Good morning to you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. We take a break now. We'll be back with a big issue.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfort Noche Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it.
Well, thank you for joining us, and as always, we hope that you did enjoy that curtain raiser discussion for this morning's segment, in which we're talking about the Ayawaso East by-election. We know that the turnout was low. Again, just a little bit low than the usual low turnouts that have characterized by-elections in the Fourth Republic, and generally also when it comes to elections in many democracies. But importantly, please touch base with us. We're streaming live across social media. Go search for TV3 Ghana. It's very important that in these conversations, your contributions also become part of the holistic discussion that we tend to have. And so we encourage you to do that. TV3 Ghana across social media. That's, let me just acknowledge a number of you already joining us. I have Kwesi Mensah, who is in Albany, New York. Good morning to you, Kwesi. And I see Koku Bekle as well, Agongo Roja, and a number of you. Obaya and Emmanuel is also watching us from Israel, and predictably would want to speak to Emmanuel sometime, especially regarding his experiences with the current ongoing escalations of tensions following exchanges of bombardment across the Mediterranean, whether it's from Iran to the other Gulf state and then extending to Israel, and Israel also doing the same. And as part of those discussions is likely effect on our economy and etc. What needs to be done. Already we're told that the Ministry of Energy is speaking to stakeholders, will be engaging them, because this forthrightly also needs to be discussed, has implications not only for normal consumers, but also consumers across all spheres of the economy as well. And so we brought some of the best people, regulars as well as new re-entrants, to help us do the discussion so far. And so our curtain raiser, or the main discussion, will be on that. And then we'll try and wrap up with the Ayawaso East by-election. And I have here with me Eduji Tamaklo, CEO for MP as well, and then also heads the legal directorate of the NDC. Good morning to you, Eduji.
Good morning, Roland. Good morning to your distinguished co-panelists.
Great, great. Kofi Tonto is here. Kofi Tonto, good morning to you. How are you? It's been a while.
I'm very well. Very good morning to you. This would be my third time since we came back.
Oh.
Except I haven't had the chance to engage you yet, but I came here in the morning and then also one of the programs in the evening. So
agenda. I think I saw your standard.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. My apologies to you.
Oh,
saying that you are a re-entrant.
Oh, well, it's all right. It's okay.
Jabuntie Zato is here as well. Jabuntie, good morning to you.
Thank you. Good
morning.
You're
not in your smoke today, but still Ghana month. So
yeah. I was
so well represented.
Yeah, I'm trying to invite the National Security to investigate these two Fugus of Eduji and Solomon. I think they collaborated to come in Fugu to do some mischief here. So whatever it is, I think that we must get them to be investigated. Did you get the Fugu allowance? No, but I hear there's some allowance they are giving for people to buy new Fugu. Did you get some?
What Doc is not telling Ghanaians is that today, Wednesday, is Fugu Day.
No, we don't have allowance for Fugu to buy more Fugu.
It's Fugu Day. So if there is anything, it's your collaboration.
No, but it's the collaboration.
It's the manner in which you and my brother Kofi decided today you undermine a national policy to market Fugu to the whole world. You know the Vice Chancellor for UPSA, he's written an article about,
that's Professor Malto.
Yes, about the Fugu economy. And he says that thing that happened between Ghana and Zambia is enough to generate its own economy on Fugu alone.
That's true.
And more importantly, is it not curious that my brother from Sisala land today comes on TV on a day dedicated to Fugu, and he's dressed like Don Diego de Azabu.
That's a very strong person.
Look at how he's dressed.
But is it not curious? Don Diego de Jambuja. Oh, that's good.
Look at how he's dressed.
All right, Solomon. Bro, how are you? We've been observing the Middle East tension. I was East by-election.
No, he's still collaborating his color with Edigi.
You know, when Kwame Nkrumah was saying, self-government now, these people were saying within the shortest possible time. We have declared Fugu now. These people, they say no. The American man,
did you come here with Fugu?
With blue. You see this?
Did you come here with Fugu last week?
Blue.
Last week, did you come here with Fugu?
Blue.
But Solomon, I saw a video of you. You were making a remark to, was it Petra TV or something like that?
Yes.
2023, the super delegates.
Yes.
So all of a sudden you are saying.
No. When I was. When I was with them, and then they were doing the mafia business, and I told them that they would crash at a point. They crashed. Today I am not in opposition with Kofi Toto and then Zabudie.
So are you in opposition?
I'm in opposition.
All right, Kimi Amwofe is watching us from East London, United Kingdom, and then also we have a couple of you. I see Maxwell Boan here. Maxwell Boan here, share the stream. Matthew Anate, please share the stream as well. Mao to Excel. Some of you were complaining. Mensa Agbedu as well. Your Parkway Thomas, and then Obrimpong Kaba. I see you there. Obrimpong, I sent you a message. You didn't reply. Now, many of you were saying that our transmission went off, but predictable. We told you there was a power cut in the area, so the switch to the genset just didn't happen early. So we apologize for that. But we're back on stream. Share the stream. Let's have some big conversation. And the big ticket items are Eduji. I mean, you heading the MPA also means that you have sleepless nights about if we have an elongation of this war, if it is, by way of that description, and its impact on not only fuel supply but the general economy, because fuel is the main commodity of the world generally.
So once again, good morning to my distinguished colleagues and your good self. As you rightly pointed out, fuel runs this economy. In fact, I always say that even though in terms of the downstream contribution to the economy is about 8%, looking at 2023 data, in terms of impact, it is more direct. And so if you have a situation where today, as we speak, the geopolitics events in the Gulf regions had made it such that there's going to be impact from that. Now, my proactive sector minister, the Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapor, immediately summoned a meeting, which meeting all the energy sector heads were all invited. My good self, GMPC, BOST, Tema Oil Refinery, all of us and all the technical heads to discuss ways by which we can possibly mitigate the impact of what is happening in the Gulf region, particularly on Ghanaian consumption. There were two things that we're looking at. Impact in terms of supply, that's availability of the product. And here we are looking at energy security standalone and also pricing. And so we needed to run all the simulation for him. I mean, some of the matters you can't disclose in terms of public listing. But what we know and where we sit is the fact that at least for the next few weeks, we have what it takes to keep this country running.
What is few weeks?
I wouldn't say 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, but I can tell you that we have enough for some weeks.
Is it more than 4?
It should be beyond. Okay. You know. Now, the other thing too is that we are not only looking at what we have currently, because you see, as we speak now, there are about 4 vessels at anchorage, each one having almost 40,000 plus metric tons of petroleum products, only waiting to discharge. You understand? That takes it to almost 160,000 metric tons that alone can take us another. Then the other thing too is that thankfully, because of the strategic location of Dangote refinery, and remember that Dangote does about 650,000 metric tons.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria, of petroleum products. So they are able to refine 650,000 metric tons daily. And they are getting their crude. More importantly, Nigeria also does its own crude production, which is a bit far away from the theater of the conflict. The other thing too is that currently at Lome, I'll use the word we for the sake of the analysis, is the fact that the big oil trading companies have about 550,000 metric tons of petroleum products. That's almost 12 vessels, also just in Lome. And these were consignment that happened before the conflict.
Okay.
So usually what happens is that there's a mother vessel that can bring in 120,000 metric tons. Then the smaller vessels will come and do ship-to-ship, kind of discharge. And so currently, in terms of the first window and others, it is not that precarious.
Then what is precarious, Edgy?
What we are all hoping and doing our projection is that the conflict should not extend beyond maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and the rest. That is when you begin to see the other, cascading impact. What is not in doubt is that if you look at particularly the geography of the Middle East, particularly the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of global crude and petroleum product passes, right? You would notice that in those areas, the direct impacts are usually on India, China, and the rest, because they move their product more directly from those ends. Ghana predominantly, where we pick our products, are usually the Rotterdam, the Singapores, and others. However, when this thing is going up, the uncertainty impacts on crude prices. And so from 66, 67, it's now hovering, almost getting to $90. So that's significant jump. But what is also not in doubt is that if the conflict also extends for a longer time, it creates its own new normal, in the sense that, excuse my language, as we speak, the Russia-Ukraine war has not ended. But eventually, things normalize even though the conflict is there. Because the problem is that the traders now, the uncertainty they have is what will happen tomorrow next, or a week after two. A time will come that they'll begin to also begin to normalize. The other thing too is that the International Energy Commission, which is not the Atomic Energy, there are two different organizations. They have also called an emergency meeting. Which emergency meeting? They are trying to see how they can increase production among the organization of all, the OPEC members to see if they can ramp up production. The difficulty really is that this war doesn't help anybody in the long term or short term, including America. Because remember that when this conflict happens, it is going to impact on the price of gas, like the American, they call it gas, in the US of A. That has the result of influencing inflation. President Trump has a midterm election coming up, I think, in November. And he wouldn't want to go into that election with inflation skyrocketing. And so there's also going to be some pressure coming from the Republicans generally on him. And so the scenario currently is a bit volatile and fluid. The challenge is that, you see, you have a situation where Iran is bombing its neighbors, right? Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Oman,
Qatar,
Kuwait. And
Bahrain.
if you look closely, you will notice that the Strait of Hormuz, one end is Iran, the other end is Kuwait and Oman. And so it is not a thing that you alone can unilaterally just block the streets. The only fear is that once you do that, freight costs, insurance, and others will also go up. I just read one of President Trump's True Social tweet, where he's saying that American forces are going to even shepherd vessels through the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay. What's our monthly consumption?
I wouldn't want to disclose because you see these numbers are not, you know,
they are fluid.
They are very fluid, and they are not. And let me tell you, one of the things that we are also looking, and those who are around the borders, we are just sending you clear message. The challenge is the possibility of movement of products into our neighboring countries, particularly
because of shortages they may have, etc. Okay.
Because of
the
that.
Price.
And so what we have also done is that our security forces are seriously collaborating the border areas to ensure that they hold that end. And so if you have any plans of engaging in any smuggling and others, just know that the security forces are on you within the border region. So overall, I would say that government is taking all proactive measures to ensure that the country does not suffer unmitigated relative to the events happening in the Middle East.
You're writing. What are you writing?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I want to believe that generally agree with the position by the NPA. And the idea is that this war is more predictable. Will it have an impact on us? Yes. Will it be as devastating as the Russia-Ukraine? No. Part of the reason is also because of the geopolitics. Europe is supposed to be one of the most stable places in the world. In fact, the Nobel Peace Prize was launched precisely because to celebrate that there will be no war in Europe. So when the war started in Europe, which was, let me say, not expected, the disruption was what? Bigger and more devastating. It did things that there was Germany never thought. France never thought. All these countries never thought that one day their oil supplies would be disrupted in any way or format. And then they never thought that any day they will have to look for new ways. In fact, remember, Germany was actually building, a pipeline to Russia to directly collect oil and come. So, and there were even approvals. The Americans finally approved or something like that. So they never in their wildest minds thought about that. And that is what happens to natural disasters. So this is not natural disaster, you could call it, but once it happened,
it's a force majeure.
Yes, force majeure, thank you, that's what I was looking for. Once it happened, Europe now had to look for completely new ways. Remember, the sanctions were raining in. So it's like nobody was prepared for that one. That is why the effect of that was so devastating.
Which one?
So difficult, the Russia-Ukraine war. I'm just talking about it to do. Here, it's more predictable and more known in the sense that Iran is already under sanctions. Most countries, Muslims in most West countries, do not pick oil from Iran precisely because of the sanctions. Secondly, that region is a hostile region precisely because of U.S. war efforts. Let me even go back to issues of terrorism and what have you. So people already knew a region that was, unstable or had serious security concerns. So once you have it coming there, it's like, we know this. Because most of the powers are not picking from there, then the consequences too may be a little bit limited. And there's a fourth thing, and that's what he said, is the politics. Nobody expects this war to go as long as anybody expected. Already you are talking about strategic strategies in the armories of the US and Israel, like the weapons they are using. So even from there are two perspectives, and they are both saying that even the devastating is having, especially in Israel and in America. See, Americans, when they start bringing bodies home in bags, opposition to the war increases. When they start bringing,
and they've started, presidents become
exactly, and they've started sending bodies home. If you start closing embassies and sending people back where people are running, then it becomes, the political consequences of it becomes difficult. And as Eduji alluded to, before you realize, Republicans who are running on seats that are not so secured, for Senate, for Congress, for governors, are going to start calling, say, listen, let's wrap this up. So the pressure to stop this war is going to come from The Republicans first.
Already, you know, Trump has made a point that if they lose both Senate and Congress, he risks being impeached.
So they're going to use that.
That's also and another Congress did not give
authorization. So that's the second thing that may later end. The third thing is that Iran chose a very strategic way to fight this war. They took it to America, and they took it to American allies. You see, there's no direct phone line or diplomacy between Iran and the United States.
It's quite a distance.
And there's no direct diplomacy between Iran and Israel. So Iran has no way of contacting them. He says, okay, I'll take it to your friends. I'll take it to your neighbors. If you're hitting Saudi
American
Arabia,
interests.
Exactly. If you're hitting Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Ukraine, the UAE, they have direct connections to Trump. They have direct, and they have lobbies, dozens and dozens of lobbies, both in Tel Aviv and in Washington, D.C. These lobbies will not go, because look, it is affecting the economies of these Gulf nations in a very devastating way.
Terribly.
Chasing away, look, because for years, these countries have paraded themselves as oases of peace, of luxury. People want to go to Dubai and chill. Solo wants to go there and, okay, I don't want to talk about what you want to go and do there with who. But people want to do this. So because of the chilling nature, yeah, he told me. Because of the chilling nature of Dubai and all this, nice beaches, nice place, because of that, it attracted a lot of capital. These countries, and that serenity, or let me say it's a bubble, has just burst. And they want to quickly go back. They want to go back to business as usual. So the pressure they are exerting on Washington and the UN and others is also enough to end this war. So the calculation is that this war will not go...
Like Russia?
No, it will not. Even if it's a month, it's too much. So it will strategic. Now, I think what is happening is that America is looking for a way to tactically retreat. Israel is looking for a way, because see, Americans know how to get in. Their problem is hard to pull out. Usually, in all the wars they've gone to, getting in sometimes is just the easiest way.
So your prediction is that the end game was not to go in?
No. Americans never have an end game, especially in the Middle East.
They had a strategy target, and then they've achieved that already.
Thank you. So if you look, the whole of all the wars America has gone to in the Middle East, they never have an exit strategy. They have an entry strategy. They know how to get in quickly, fast, efficient, how to get as a problem. But I think this one, because of all these interests I've talked about, they will force the war to end and to end quickly. And once it ends quickly, then the impact, the devastating impact that may come, may not be as much as we expect. But as I say, if it goes beyond 2-3 weeks, the damage may be difficult to get due, and it may affect all the projections, inflation and other projections for the year. But I don't see it going that extra length.
Okay.
And you know, because you are even a professor of political science, possibly the ultimate is regime change. But if you look at the nature of the penetration of the Islamic regime in Iran, it's difficult to do a regime change within 2 minutes.
Trump can take the killing of Khomeini as a victory. That's what I'm saying.
No, he
can declare and then say, ego.
Right.
So you say, I've gotten the guy, now let's end it. You know?
It's okay. Now, let's have Kofi Tonto. And predictably also means that individuals and their lives and businesses have been shattered in a way, because we've had stalemates. No commercial airlines have been working, I believe, over the last 5 days. It's been
4 million tourists to Dubai in a year.
And here we are talking about the constraints. We're not a country that are not used to so-called exogenous factors having an influence or effect on our economy.
So, very good morning to you again, Roland, and to my colleague panelist. For starters, let me put it on record that it is my prayer that this war comes to an end as quickly as possible.
What is not your prayer?
No, I want to focus on my prayer.
Yeah, that is your prayer, okay.
Because I know the impact global wars can have on domestic markets. So I am praying that this whole thing comes to an end as quickly as possible. But what this war has brought about is the level of hypocrisy in our domestic politics.
How do you mean?
I'll explain. For about 2 years, we were told that Ghana is insulated, that no bomb dropped from Russia to Kasua or from Russia to Atebubu. And therefore, we should shut up about the impact of any war on the Ghanaian economy.
Is that what was said?
Oh, yes, that was what was said, led by leading members of the NDC communication expert. And that's why I am surprisingly surprised that Eduji, today, sitting in glory, has turned himself into an energy expert and trying to tell us and educate us about the impact of exogenous factors. Eduji, this fine gentleman sitting there. Look, we were in this country. We were told that Ghana is insulated, that when God was creating Ghana, he created a special fence around Ghana.
Who said that?
I have told you those who have said it. I have pointed to you the political party which my good friend sitting there is a member and the legal director of. That is what they said. Or you want evidence because we have the videos. We can give it to your production to play it. But today, we are being told that Ghana can be affected. January, February 2022, crude was hovering around $66 per barrel.
2022.
2022.
It's 82 now.
Okay.
You said which year?
January, February 2022.
66.
Crude was hovering around $66. By March, April, crude was almost $120 per barrel. And when you come to the domestic market, there are the price buildup, the actual price of crude, dollar, and taxes. These are the things that generally go into the price buildup of petrol on our market. But on weighted average, the price of crude is higher than the remaining. So if crude prices can double in a span of 1 month to 2 months, certainly it will have an impact on our economy. And aside from the fact that crude, the price itself will have an impact, the other impact is that your import bill increases. And that's what Eduji was alluding to. Because you import, and he didn't want to say it, we import about 347,000 metric tons every month. At that time, it was $200 million a month. By that singular war, within 2 months, our bill for the same quantity of petroleum products had increased from $200 million to $440 million a month. So what it meant was that you have a direct impact on the price and a direct impact on your FX. We needed more dollars to import the same quantity. We call it the twin problems. Prices have shot up. FX demand has shot up. Of course, it will have an impact on your currency. And once your currency is affected, once the prices have affected, the inflationary pressures exacerbate. We told them.
You told who?
We told them, Eduji. He's sitting there pretending to be Christ. And now Eduji wants to tell us about exogenous factors and how they can affect Ghana's economy. You said, and I'm Eduji, this one I'll commend you and Jenapo, that at least, like Zato said, this is more predictable. So you've convened a meeting and you want to plan ahead and do what you had to do. You know, that's good, that's commendable. That's what governments are supposed to do, especially when it comes to energy security. But the fact that you have to even have a meeting tells you that indeed our economy can be affected by exogenous factors.
I was speaking to an economist yesterday, and he says that if some subsectors of the economy and the structure of the economy, as well as related indicators, whether micro and macro, are not well stabilized, when you have these force majeure or so-called external shocks, they hit you harder than if you, if you are wobbling.
Of course.
If you compare the two scenarios, 2022.
Of course, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to tell us that the macroeconomic indicators are better today, and therefore the shock on us will not be as impactful as it was in. Look, go and look at the macroeconomic indicators prior to 2022. Go and look at the macroeconomic. We didn't. No, my point. No, we don't hope for another DDEP. We don't hope for another inflationary pressures. That is not what I'm saying. The point I am trying to make is that Ghana is not insulated as they made us believe. That indeed Ghana's economy is 80% open, meaning we can have that degree of impact, irrespective of even how strong your shocks are, depending on how strong the exogenous factors are. Take, for example, if the war extends for a year and the straits closed and other exogenous factors culminate, it wouldn't matter if your inflation is 3%. Or if you're, in fact, it will have direct impact on your dollar to the extent that within a week or 2 weeks, your dollar can shoot up to 15 cedis to a dollar.
So that's what you want?
That's not what I want. Okay, I have stated to you what I want. What I have stated to you is that I want the war to end so we don't have those inflationary pressures, that our currency doesn't depreciate. What I am pointing out to you, Roland, and to my brother sitting there, is that
but you're not pointing out to me, you're telling the viewers.
Oh, but you're asking questions, so I'm pointing it to you and the viewers and Eduji. Right. And Solo to an extent.
Hey, but I've not spoken.
Oh, but I know what you are going to say. Please.
No.
We haven't gotten there yet.
This is unfortunate.
Okay, I will withdraw.
No, this is unfortunate.
I will withdraw.
Okay.
You've been needlessly hostile towards me.
My brother, I've been sitting here
needlessly hostile towards me. So my brother, the point is this. We all pray that this war comes to an end as quickly as possible. We all pray that the crude price, it doesn't double like it did in 2022. And that we can enjoy at least some degree of peace. I mean, do you know we have Ghanaians who are stranded in some of these places because of the airport getting closed?
I have some friends.
Exactly. Some people actually went without permission. So that place is a vacation spot. So some
people just
I have a friend, he's called Ferguson. You know Ferguson?
Oh, Ferguson is there. You're always making fun of this Ferguson guy.
Yeah. Oh, my brother Ferguson.
Ferguson is there.
Oh, he took permission. I'm sure he took permission.
But Solomon, in doing the introspection, we also need to ask the key questions that over the last 12 months and the inroads have been made in the economy. And predictably, 2022, by May, we're transitioning into being having our financial instrument marked for market valued. Subsequently, we also had the issues post 2022 and then going to the IMF as well, even though it had been long predicted by April of 2022 that we should go. You make those two comparisons. Should we be extremely worried by way of the two economic structures and gains, or should we not be, but just be tempered in our predictions?
Well, I'm not Eduji to be extremely careful with my utterances, because from where I sit, I don't see this war traveling beyond 2 weeks. In all fairness, the Iranians allowed their security system to be infiltrated. I mean, it is just not a mark of a strategic country to have all your leaders killed at a go, one strike.
I was surprised.
It tells you that, and the Mossad has infiltrated them. That is why they are doing what we call target striking.
So the two conflicts are not the same?
They are not the same. I mean, this is target striking. And that is how come Donald Trump could be bold and say that he's causing the DFC, that the Development Finance Corporation of the U.S., to be providing insurance guarantees to ships that would attempt to use the Strait of Hormuz. Because they know that they have weakened the Iranians. Secondly, the Iranian strategy. I disagree with what's the name, Jebunti, when he says that the Iranians are being strategic by attacking neighboring countries. That is the worst decision. Because they are the people you run to. Most often, it's Qatar that has been intervening. This time around, it was Oman that was even doing the negotiation. You have attacked all of them. You have attacked Kuwait, you have attacked Bahrain, you have attacked. So it means you have created more enemies. Exactly. So how are you going to survive all this? Coupled with the fact that they also have midterm elections back in the United States. But you see, the Americans have been strategic. I now understand the clear rationale behind them going to Venezuela first. Remember, they went to Venezuela and took out Maduro. Because Venezuela is the world's leading, what do you call it? They have the largest reserves,
330 billion.
So they got him out, and they are now controlling the market. So that in case the Iranian war even prolongs, they are saved by that. Moreover, it's 20% that is using that route and mostly going to like India, Japan, and China.
Asia and some of China particularly. But if China is affected, we're affected.
Yeah, in terms of their production in other sectors. But the point really is that it tells us as a country, we must begin to look at options of processing our crude locally. And here, now that toll that was destroyed and run down by Kofi Tonto's administration is now back on its feet. I believe they must look at the medium to long-term objective of processing our crude rather than we sending it to Singapore and then other places and rather buying finished products. Now, you see, sometimes some of these matters, I don't want to do politics, but I was very surprised to hear my brother Kofi Tonto. Unfortunately for him, I was also in the MPP. This attempt to wish, it is not his prayer. I can say with every certainty that it is not Kofi's prayer that the war ends as quickly as possible. That is not his prayer.
It's his prayer.
Does he not belong to the New Patriotic Party?
But he's represented and he's saying that's not
Is he not a member of the New Patriotic Party?
Why do you draw this
I'm building a point.
Okay.
Look.
But LDG, you are sitting there chuckling. This is an unfair attack on your brother. And you are sitting there chuckling.
Please, I'll also...
Look, the U.S. and Israel, they carried out their strike on Saturday. Is that not the case? Immediately the strike took place. I could count no less than 50 non-MPP members on their own, as if they have been drafted that message. All of them saying that nobody must come and tell us that exogenous factors must affect Ghana. Because the distance between Accra to Kiev is shorter than the distance between Accra and Tehran.
Well, why not? They said that was the argument that was being made.
Who made the argument? If he has any blame to put on anybody, it is his own candidate, flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Why so?
He told us, whilst in opposition in 2016, that how can exogenous factors bypass Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Burkina, Mali, and then only affect Ghana? And he was laughing on top of it.
So are you saying that is the basis for that argument?
Yes, he introduced it. Nobody had made that. It hadn't become part of our lexicon, our political lexicon, until he introduced that phrase. That how can he bypass all these neighboring countries and only attack Ghanaians? So when the Ukraine-Russia war took place, then people played back to him and said, but you have given us that assurance that there would not be any reason why exogenous factors would affect Ghana.
Dr. Mahmoud
Bawumia said it. And you see, he has already done the campaign for Alan Chaman. Look, he said it in one of his numerous lectures. And he was even laughing on it. If I had a video, your producers must do as the greatest one about playing it.
So why don't you tell us the exact thing?
So why is that important?
It is important because my brother started by saying that nobody must attribute. In fact, as we speak, there has not been any change in any petroleum price.
Actually, there was yesterday.
Which
there
one?
was a change yesterday. If you don't know, I'm telling you.
The
There was 11.
The normal pricing window.
That's fine, but he just said there was no change. And I'm telling you, there was a change.
Please, in order
if you can attribute the fact
in order for the response flow,
that's fine. But I just wanted to correct him that yesterday I bought petrol and the price had changed.
Solomon, please.
Kofi Tonto has been off this program for a long time, so maybe you must repeat some of the guiding rules that we operate here. It's been a long time. He has been doing business on Wound to me and those places. You have come back home. So listen to the rules of engagement and appropriately behave.
Oh, sorry.
You understand?
It's okay. Solo, please go on.
So, I can tell you that from where I sit, this will not prolong. Now, they always go back to Russia-Ukraine war and make a case with it. As we speak, Russia-Ukraine war is still happening.
This is a silly argument.
It's still happening. And why are we not experiencing the levels of inflations that we encountered during their time?
Oh, come on, sir.
You understand? No, and again, these people, so they won't allow me to speak today. These two people, you bring this man here under the cover of neutrality. That is a letter. Every statement has made.
Didn't you say
that the world... Kofi, when you were speaking, was that not here?
Okay, go ahead. I'll respond.
So take your time. If you have any response, you don't have better. You understand? Look, to further expose how they were not serious as a government. Before Russia, Ukraine, we were in COVID. Is that not the case? Now, during COVID 2020, the average price of crude was around $40. Remember, fuel reduced to the extent that the point was 5 cedi per liter. At that time, if we had a serious government that was thinking about the well-being of this country, they would have bought more crude and stockpile. Even the ant, that smallest, what's the name, creature, is able to save for a difficult day. You did not do that. You messed up the economy. You decided to invest in things that were not necessary. You decided to invest your life in corruption, money that were meant for developmental activities. You took it to yourself.
What does that got to do with exogenous factors affecting?
So there is that. If they had managed the economy well, every day there is something happening on the international scene. But it is the way and manner you manage yourself that would to assuage some of these risks. And not to put everything on these exogenous factors as we were made to believe. And that Russia-Ukraine was not what brought us to that cynical...
We went to DDEP, we did external...
DDEP. You had gone to borrow. Listen. You have gone to borrow money from the Ghanaian. Before you go and borrow, you do your cost benefit analysis. You know what you're going to invest the money in and how you are going to rake in the returns. You took money from these pensioners, Dr. Samuel Ama and Co. That you will pay them back. You took the money, you didn't invest it well, and it became a debt. And you said we should attribute it to Russia, Ukraine. Who does that?
Why not? Because you have to be able to...
How are you going to be able...
This is collect enough CDs to be able to pay back.
So I was expecting that before he even commenced his statement, he should have apologized to the good people of this country. As his boss has done. Remember, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went around the country and started apologizing. What was he apologizing for? He said, I mistake. What was he pleading for? They made his boss recently.
It's a Mufanche.
You know, when we were in class, that was what he was doing to us. So if your boss is saying that we should pardon you and forgive you, you cannot be here and be saying otherwise. Other than that, what it means is that you do not even agree with your boss.
So what should we be doing, Solo?
What we must be doing as a people is that we must continue to invest in strategic areas. This war will not last. The maximum will be 2 weeks, because it will not inure to the benefit of the U.S. economy, even in Israel's economy, and so on and so forth. Trump has been making fun or making noise about how he has been able to reduce inflation, how he has been able to stabilize gas prices. It will not be in his own interest to cause this whole indicator that he has achieved within record time to be destroyed. And that is why he says he's providing what? Security at the Strait of Hormuz. Let's have confidence in the system. Let's believe that the war ends early, and let's move on with our life. And rather, call out these naysayers who wish this country the bad luck.
Just to be more specific, he hasn't said that he wants the economy to go the
No, it's on TV. It's on TV. It's on TV that he said that he knows. He knows. So he doesn't believe in this prayer.
You're meeting the energy minister, or you met, and then
we have. So
okay,
you notice that.
So what are the things that have been put in place?
So you notice that my brother Roxanne, who speaks for the ministry, has issued a statement to that effect. Some of the details, we want to keep it at the level. But may I respectfully respond to a few issues?
Please, you only have 4 minutes.
Yes, a few issues that my brother Tonto raised. Let's put the record here. Somewhere in 2015, the Honorable Setekwe had gone to Parliament by way of budget presentation and said, we'll be selling our crude at $85 per barrel. Then from nowhere, the usual geopolitics, it moved from $85 to $40, resulting in massive revenue shortfalls for us. So the Honorable Setekwe had then put out that the economy has suffered largely because of the revenues that were coming in. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who at that time wanted power together with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, knowing very well that from the 19 whatever, global issues have always impacted on the Ghanaian economy. I read economics. Level 200, there is a course called Economy of Ghana.
Level 200?
Yeah, level 200. And in that course, we've been told all the things that have impacted the Ghanaian economy since Gordonsberg's time and global phenomena, either cocoa pricing or gold pricing, or now that we've added crude to it. So when the Honorable Setekwe put out that narrative, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who knew that yes, it is true, global phenomena have impact, but the usual politics and wanting to downplay the impact of those global phenomena, at Central University, would the anchor hold?
Central University?
Yes.
Would the anchor hold?
Distinguished lecture series, where in presentation he said, what is Setekwe saying? What is President Mahama talking about? That global phenomenon had impacted on the Ghanaian economy. And that we should go to our neighbors' Ivory Coast here. How come that global phenomenon jumped over Ivory Coast and came to Ghana? Then we said, no, doctor, you even have a PhD in economics. In fact, if you look at his thesis, it was about the impact of elections on the economy. And so you knew the impact of geopolitics on the Ghanaian economy. But for political convenience, you sought to downplay it. So when he now became the chair of the economic management team, and now a narrative was framed by his communicators. One, COVID-19. The NDC had never said anywhere that COVID didn't have impact on the global economy. No. In fact, if you read President Mohammed's lecture at Harvard,
yes, I remember.
He alluded to the impact of COVID generally on the economy. However, he gave a caveat. He said in the specific case of Ghana, because of the 2020 election, the NPP overspent Ghana's money to the extent that by the time they left office 2020, we had a budget deficit of 15%. At that time, it was the highest in the whole of West Africa. Whereas the average budget deficit in the whole West African sub-region was 5%, we did 15% because of election spending.
It was in the upper.
And that was when we said that but for your reckless election expenditure, the impact of COVID would have been minimized.
Well, COVID said that.
Hold on.
Said nonetheless.
That was what we said. And so if you want to repeat what we said, Kofi, hold on, please. Oh, be fair to me. If you can't be truthful, at least be honest. If you can't be accurate, at least be the truthful.
You will never be.
Okay. So I am saying, hold on.
That was untrue.
No, but what I'm saying is that if you don't frame it well, in terms of the accuracy, and now you see, I recall vividly Russia-Ukraine.
Yes.
Russia-Ukraine, we made the point clear that Russia-Ukraine will have impact if the exchange rate was better placed. Because you see, if you look at the analysis that some people have done, two things, oil prices and exchange rate, are the two major impacts. But one, the impact of one is always faster. Do you know why? Because we are net importer.
Exactly.
And so immediately the exchange rate is not properly managed, the impact is more direct and fast.
What was the exchange rate in January 2022? What was the exchange rate? Ask him. So the exchange rate in 2022 was about $5 to $1. So
that was $5 to $1.
So what are you
based on what?
What are you talking about?
So the point,
this is an issue.
The point we made at that time
in January 2022,
Russia-Ukraine
was about 5.
Oh,
so what are you talking about?
Russia-Ukraine
you
could
have your 10. Please
Russia-Ukraine could have impacted
your comments
on the economy.
Engendering consensus.
Yes. Russia-Ukraine could have impacted the economy to the extent that the exchange rate was also not healthy. Okay. So the point ought to be made. The NDC as a political party has always recognized the impact of geopolitics, exogenous factor. It is you who in opposition sought to downplay it. That was why we referenced you when you now took charge of the economy. We will never play the ostrich. We have made a point. We have been truthful to the people of this country. The combined work of Atoforsen, the governor, Gold Board, and the things that they have done had put a certain stability. The flip side is that when there's uncertainty, people move into gold. And so you see that gold prices are also going up. We would also enjoy that benefit.
That's why it has to cushion.
And so you can always see a situation where you can balance things.
Talking about the benefits, he just mentioned it. We will get, gold prices are rising, so we are raking more from gold. Yes. That is the immediate thing. We also export oil. Let's also be honest. Yes. So we also get money from oil.
When it goes up.
When it goes, as it's going up now. So yes, it's true that these things, they have a way of what? Balancing each other out.
I jokingly told the GMPC boss yesterday that, hey, in this room, you are the only one who is happy.
Yeah, because he's going to make money.
You know, he is. And something happens. So, but look, the point we are making is that it's true. And I'm happy that we are moving to a place that we all can then agree that, yes, external factors directly and indirectly affect our economies. That's a fact. That's a basic fact. We all need to appreciate that. And it's true that sometimes, depending upon the state of the economy, the nature of the economy, the impact might be more devastating or minimal. It can be. When Russia-Ukraine happened, countries learned a lot of lessons. I remember as soon as it started, the German president started visiting a lot of countries to build networks, started looking for new sources of raw materials. In fact, the Chinese did the same thing. The point I'm making is they learned. The question, what did we learn as a country? Right? Now, I didn't know, maybe Kofi could tell us the reserves we had before it hit. But today we are hearing from an MPA that there's a reserve. Maybe, was it a policy? Did we learn? Was there something we learned from that? Secondly, I'm hoping that we can then begin to say that let's build a strategic national reserve. I think I heard somebody talk about it.
Look, Central alone, just Central's intervention in the market alone, you'll be shocked. About 30%.
It's very pivotal.
Extremely important.
Pivot. Okay.
So how does Central come
No, that's what I'm saying, that it's our collective work.
So let me make. So the point is that I'm praying and hoping that we can increase that strategic reserve. If today we are saying, I know he's official, he cannot say because the markets react, but I can say if it's about 4 to 6 weeks, can we increase it? Okay. Can we look at a month, 2, 3 months as strategic? The president was the finance minister went to parliament talking about us having gold. For what did he say? 50 months. Can we do a similar thing for oil? Can we do that? And if we do that, because a country that fails to learn will not go forward. But a country that learns from some of these devastating consequences and puts in measures, that is what we call resilience. That is what we call growth. We have to do that. As for the policy quibbles, we'll do. As for the policy fightings, we'll do. As for the partisanship and policy, we'll do that.
From Russia-Ukraine COVID, we've learned some lessons.
We've learned something as a country. We've learned something. In fact, not only as the whole world. If you refuse to learn something, anything from that, then you are doomed to fail. We as a country, we have. And it is not built in our DNA. And that is why I'm saying that we can absorb these shocks relatively better than it hit us.
So the point Edgy referenced.
What do you think we need to do to make sure?
No, let me quickly.
Why you respond to that?
Let me quickly speak to that. The thing Edgy reference of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia saying, he was talking about revenue, and he was talking about revenue because, as he said, Ghana is a net importer. Okay.
You mean revenue and its impact on the economy?
No, Edgy was referencing that crude prices was $88 and it came to $40 per barrel. Was that so?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's because of that, we should have appreciated the impact of exogenous factors. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia didn't appreciate it. And I'm saying that there was a particular issue here. The issue had to do with revenues that we were earning. And the argument is that our revenues will decrease because of the prices of crude on the international market. Edgy, is that not the point you are making? Our oil revenue that we make will decrease.
No, a budget has been presented.
Of course.
Revenues and expenditure.
Exactly.
If suddenly your revenues go down,
I get it.
Impact on the economy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, that you were talking about revenue. The revenue, so we can even look at what was
so what's your point? You don't want to
let me finish
accept
my
that
point.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that?
No, you cannot say that because he said it.
I'm saying that you need to first and foremost look at your oil revenue, the projected oil revenue at $88 per barrel, and how it reduced. Because guess what? Our oil revenue, sometimes for the whole year, we make about $750 million for the whole year. So let's assume that you are making $750 million the whole year, and it drops to $300 million. That is less than 1% of your GDP. The impact of that cannot be compared to the impact of something like crude prices rising by $200 million a month.
I don't understand. You are saying that the effect pre-2016 of the exogenous factors...
what I'm saying is very simple.
And then the effect of the Russian...
You're all exogenous.
No. Let me finish my point.
They are different.
I'm saying... Let me
confuse you. That's the point.
Jesus Christ. I'm saying that there are two exogenous factors. One is revenue coming in. One is prices of that crude oil and its impact on your economy. The revenue coming in, even if it is halved, is less than 1% of your GDP.
And the impact prices too were not good at the time.
Please, you can leave cocoa price. He raised crude prices issue.
No, I mean, you can't
look, you raised crude prices issue. The point is, in that 2015 year, how much were we making in crude? I'm telling you, it was about $700 million a year.
And it matters not.
Please. So even if it is halved, that is about $350 million. That cannot be compared.
So, Mr. Tonto, do I get it?
Let me finish my point.
Exogenous factors and their influences on the economy pre-2016 or within the 2014, 2015 is not the same as what was experienced with Russia, COVID,
the impact was insignificant compared to, because in the Russian-Ukraine war, the impact per year was $2.2 billion.
So how
in this case, let me finish.
How then do we situate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's point that was raised about? How then do we situate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's point about exogenous factors?
I am saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's
in isolation of the other countries we have in the sub-region.
I'm saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's argument was that exogenous factors definitely affect the world, including
Ghana. No. He never said that.
There's a video.
No.
Producer,
play the video.
Can I talk?
Please allow me.
Let's settle matters.
No.
Let us settle the matters.
When you were talking and then he was...
No, he interjected.
No.
All right.
There was one exogenous factor.
So you're saying the exogenous factors were less impactful than...
Of course, there was one...
You are reframing the conversation.
Listen.
Dr. Bawumia never said that. The video is there.
I will play it. Why are we diligently with this kind of...
Play the video.
We cannot sit down for to come and just throw in anything and go with it.
Okay, please allow.
It's not going to happen.
Allow him predictably.
Okay.
Please.
let me make my point.
He's intimidating us this morning.
No.
Can I intimidate somebody?
No, please, you have to talk about Ayawaso.
What is this?
You want to confuse everybody here so that you get away with it. We will bring him online.
Who is intimidating? The point I'm making.
What's the point you're making?
You are saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bamia's point about exogenous factor is different than
No, I'm not
Russia
saying it's different.
Ukraine.
I'm saying that all that he was making to you is that one exogenous factor, the impact was $350 million. Another exogenous factor, the impact was $2.2 billion. That's the difference.
Where's the source of the 2.2 billion?
I've given you the source earlier by saying that our import bill of petroleum products, same quantity, was $2 billion the whole year, but because of the Russia-Ukraine war, it went to $4.4 billion. That is the difference.
So one was more impactful.
One was more impactful. No.
It's a total lie.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a big fat lie.
Now, look at the chorus person. Please. Another bogus lie. Look, another bogus lie that this gentleman sat here and said. When the Ebiji and his government came into power in 2016, our debt stock was about $8 billion. When they were leaving, they had added about $22 billion.
Please, don't go to public debt.
Oh, please.
Let me go. Let me. You said 8 billion.
Another minefield. Let him go there.
What
it's
I'm saying,
minefield.
what
Don't
I'm saying
go there.
8 billion. Then he went. How much was bequeathed?
They added about 21 billion or so to it, and then we took it to $53 billion. Dollar equivalent that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
So dollar equivalent, of course.
8 billion.
8 billion. When that's what President Kufuor left, and they added about 21 billion. And we added about.
And the CD equivalent is how much?
No, it's not.
Can I
check the facts right? No.
Why should you put in Ghana cedis? Can you guys let it? Oh my God! Can I talk?
Please wrap up.
Can I talk?
Look, please. I don't like the disturbance you are giving.
The bonds that we had to painfully and regrettably debt exchange and restructure were not bonds acquired by Akufo-Addo. Because
but they were Ghana's debt nonetheless.
Exactly. You see, debts and especially bonds are 10-year, 15-year maturity.
Does it matter? You have to service
your
debt.
I'm not saying it matters. I am saying that he sat here and said bonds that Akufo-Addo took. And you should have corrected him. Those bonds were not procured by Akufo-Addo. The point I am... Please, let me talk. The point that I'm making is that...
Because there are bonds that are being serviced up to today.
Of course. The bonds we serviced... The bonds we serviced started before us. Kufuor, Mahama, Mills, we serviced. Mahama is now going to service some of Mills, Akufo-Addo, etc. bonds.
So what's your point?
The point I'm making is that our debt is a combination of different governments coming together.
So what was the debt as 2017 when the MPP came to power?
I said about 8 billion.
The CD equivalent is how much?
You can do the calculation at that time. The rate was about 2 cedis to $1 or so. Okay. And then you do the calculation.
I think it was 3.4.
Okay, so do the 3.4.
That's
2017.
120 billion plus.
Okay, that's fine. And then
what's the debt at 2024?
About 26 or so billion. I said we added about. They added
840 billion. That's fine.
No.
These people. 120 to 840.
But you know, public debt is not a comfortable room for the.
That's why he's giving you the dollar equivalent. Let's expose it.
Please wrap up on this one.
You can do the CD equivalent.
Okay.
I don't have
a problem. It doesn't matter.
Because it's just a function of exchange rate.
Okay.
It's not the base value that has gone up necessarily. It's a function of the exchange rate. And of course, percentage terms, NDC added 228%. We added 93% to our debt stock. Yes. Okay. I just told you. Debt stock, percentage-wise, if you are looking at dollar.
Because the debt stock as of December 2024 was in excess of...
725
yes, but 700 because of the exchange rate. Because of the exchange rate. I gave you
so you're saying
dollar...
that 120 billion or 122 billion is better than... or it's less than...
I've not ascribed any adjective to it. Okay. All that I was telling you is that debts are not a function of one government, and that they are a function of multiple governments. That's the point I was making to you. Now, let me...
what can we do, Tonto? What can we do in this present circumstance as a country?
I mean, for me, I think we have to look seriously into strategic reserves. Right now,
we have about 5 weeks to 6 weeks of strategic reserves. Perhaps we need to look into doubling, but that would take a huge amount of investment. So we need to look at...
Do we even have the infrastructure?
We need to build the infrastructure.
Do we have the infrastructure we want to save, like do this like 6 months, 3 months or so? But that may be a source of big employment for people if we are building the infrastructure.
No, right now I don't think we have the infrastructure. That is their biggest challenge. And it is
tankage.
Yeah, that is the biggest challenge. So that's what I'm saying, that
we put a lot of people to work if we start building that infrastructure.
Yes.
And you know, the tanks are usually sound in nature. So the dynamics are bit...
Are we also building like pipelines? Are we also building them?
So for instance, maybe not necessarily because of this, by way of pipelines, you see, if you have the Mpakadan, for instance, the railway line, you can easily move petroleum products by barges through the railway line to Mpakadan, Akosobo, and through the water straight to Bupe. And then you can do the pipeline from Bupe, Sablugu, right to Bolga. Then the rest you can.
Please, and they say from Bolga to Tumu, you must mention why you not taking so to Tumu?
Very well, very well. We are doing big push to Tumu, then the pipelines will
big
follow.
Push, okay. Yeah, the upper is
what I'm saying is that I'll add on to what Edigi is saying, as far as how we can make sure transportation becomes a bit more conducive. Aside that, where can we build additional strategic reserves so we can show up more for the future? And then, as I've already said, I think it's commendable that JNAPO has constituted a committee, that they are currently looking at the issue on a daily basis. It's something that needs to continue to ensure we are ahead of the crisis or the looming crisis.
Yes,
look, Roland, I'm a very objective person. If a government is doing something that's positive, I'll commend it, as I've done it live on air. That's the decision to convene a meeting and look at it ahead. It's okay. So, Eduji, you guys continue, but I think your strategy should look at reserves. How do we store more reserves going forward?
The current reserve that we have, and I've spoken to industry person, it's one of the longest we've had in terms of some time.
And then lastly, I know we have more strategic reserves that we haven't explored. So perhaps we need to look at how we can explore some of our strategic reserves to sort of give us a bit more buffer. Right now we consume about 4 billion barrels, 4 billion liters a year. But out of which...
Last year we actually did 6.
Yeah. So it's increased more than that. Okay, so that's even... That's interesting.
Over 700 billion is better than 120 billion. But what should we be doing generally?
So what we should be doing is that you must advise those going to write BEC and WASI that they must never take the position of Kofi Tonto, that 120 billion is greater than 740 billion.
Says West.
I've never said
that.
That
is mathematical expression.
No,
that 120 billion is less than 700. It can never be allowed. Kofi, let me speak. You were the one who correct. What were you saying? You were not listening to yourself.
You, Solomon, you did also allow you
to
I
Again.
didn't say that.
Oh no! Everyone heard him. Everyone heard him. And I was sitting right by him. I heard him. I heard what he said. He said 120 billion was or is better than
750 billion is West.
West.
Was worse than 700 and...
Where did I say that?
Yes, 120 billion is worse than 740 billion, according to them. And I'm advising those going to write BEC not to make the mistake of taking this advice, because they will get zero straight up. Again, it must be put on record that, you see, defending Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the most difficult thing. He did not make that statement. We all heard him. And I am very surprised that your producers have not been able to play what exactly he said.
So what he said is that statement has context.
What he said, every statement has a context. Every statement has a... But you are a neutral here. Why are you the one defending them? He is a spokesperson, or he is a deputy communication or spokesperson to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You cannot be doing better than him. And I'm saying he himself is sweating on the very statement that his boss made.
We can all come with the context.
He is sweating in the business. He is sweating. So what the statement still remains that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that how can exogenous factors bypass our neighboring countries such as Ivory Coast, Burkina, Mali, and only affect Ghana. It was this statement he made prior to 2017 that people began questioning him. When he started using, together with communicators in the MPP, using Russia, Ukraine as the basis for their mismanagement. And guess what? You see, to further expose them, he was here saying that how can crude prices triple or double, and then we will be having high prices in 2008. Probably he was not in Ghana. In 2000, during the financial crisis, world crude prices increased up to $147. You were in this country. Under Kufuor. But yet we were buying a liter at 1 cedi. When you mismanage your exchange rate, when you decide to print, when you
at the time.
Oh, what is the lie about it? Now let me engage you. At that time, what happened?
At that time,
so you see,
dollar to a CD was about 1 to 5.9.
So that's what I'm saying. So you mismanaged the currency. We were doing 23 CD, 17 CD to the dollar. If you are doing 17 CD to the dollar, how do you expect the price of crude to be stable in your country? Again, we don't understand what you said. You came here to cardinalize. You didn't understand. You don't have any clue as what you are discussing. You came here to confuse people, and don't allow that to happen. You understand? Don't try to be doing that. It's not good for your image that you come and sit here when you know very well that your own government in 2008, when the crude price went as far as $147, was able to sell a liter of diesel at 1 cedi. Now you get it at say 80 cedi that we were supposed to buy per simple mathematics. If more or less divide, less more divide. If 147 is to 1 cedi, then $80 would have been less, maybe 70 pesos or so. We were selling it at 17 cedi, and you are not ashamed of that because you decided to cause your Bank of Ghana to be printing in excess of 60 billion. When you print money in the excess of 60 billion, what it does is that among themselves, they use it to buy the dollars in the system. Chop. When you decide at the point in the country, first time in the history of our country, that a government will say that I'm using gold to go and buy crude. Gold for oil.
Well, what thought is a good policy.
So bad. That is why they ran away from it. We lost about 1.82 billion in that transaction. We didn't know the end-to-end encryption. Those that were buying, those that were middlemen. You do all these things.
So what solution should we?
So the solution is that they must be disciplined. The only thing we lack in this country is discipline. As they are doing, they must continue. They must not be over. So, I mean, once you are disciplined, everything will fall in line. Because you see, you win some, you lose some. If prices decide to go, crude prices decide to go up, we will make benefit or win from the gold and use it to balance. Moreover, we are also exporting the crude. What have we been using with our crude monies? So that the economy will be sustained and never again. You see the way you are sweating. It's very, very difficult to defend Dr. Mambu.
You say these things, they are terrible because
which one is terrible? Nobody is terrible here. What are you talking about?
What? There is a law.
Which one is the law?
Please listen to me. There is a law on how petrol proceeds are used. So when somebody sits here and just make such an unfounded.
Which one is unfounded? Which one is unfounded?
It's a law.
Which one is unfounded? Which one? Don't make a vague statement. Which one is unfounded? Which one is unfounded?
Your claim.
They claim that what?
Because there is a law.
The which law? What are you saying? You are not saying. You are saying nothing.
Don't know the petroleum fund.
So the petroleum fund allows you to go and use money anyhow. Is that what you are telling me?
Let's do Ayawasu.
He says it's Ayawasu.
Okay.
He doesn't want to go to Ayawasu because another beauty.
Yesterday, the good people of Ayawasu case. I think Bamia's that's Bamia's.
Yes, that's where he lives. That's where he lives.
No, he votes there.
Is Wale.
But he lives at Ayawasu.
He lives at Kanda at a point, but he votes at.
Now he's transferred his vote.
He votes at Wale.
He's transferred his vote.
You can whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. He doesn't go.
He said he's moved.
No,
he doesn't live
once a Canadian, always a Canadian.
Let me.
What has Bamiya
No, I
got to do
thought
with
it's Bamia's constituency.
Is His Excellency Nanado who lives in that constituency?
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
He lives there.
That's true.
He lives there. Yes.
So yesterday, the combined force of Dr. Bamia and Nanado
That's why we're going.
in the by-election, the Honorable Baba Jama was able to overcome their combined forces, won the by-election with about 63% of the vote cast. prior to that, I saw the campaign, the spirited campaign. My brother Nanabi, Honorable Henry Quarte and co, Chairman Buga and co went to do in, what shall I say? And you know, the MPP went with a certain campaign and said, how come that Baba Jama, quote unquote, is a stranger? But everybody knows that Nima is basically a melting point of people from diverse backgrounds who have all come to converge. So when your campaign message is to tell them that don't vote for a stranger, you are invariably telling the people there that don't vote for yourself. And so the NPP campaign into the Ayawaso was fundamentally flawed. And that is why if you look at the outcome of the election result, it went well. The NDC once again had retained. Again, what the election tells us, that as a political party, we must be watchful because turnout wasn't the best. But usually it's not something that is an outlier, because usually when you have by-elections in strongholds, like if it's not a situation of a sin-off, where the stakes are higher, turnout tends to be very low. Again, you know, the Ramadan events and all the fasting and others, the impact. So turnout ended up being a bit low. What I can say is that the party will pick all the useful lessons from what happened yesterday and go back to the drawing table, and where we need to make some adjustments, we will do. What is not in doubt is that President Mahama continues to govern with humility, with thoughtfulness, having in mind the solemn pledge from the good people of Ghana that he must govern and govern well for them. I think it's only fair that I say this. Our National Director Elections, the Honorable Mahdi Jibril, today happens to be his birthday. Having taken the position as the Director Election, this is his first election that he's won. Mahdi Jibril. And it adds to his birthday celebration today that we have enough reasons. So, Senior Mahdi Jibril, happy birthday. I wish you all the very best. We'll meet at the party headquarters.
Is that where the birthday party?
But
yes.
Dr. Zato,
we are socialists.
We had the entire declaration, the final declaration, and then also coming very late.
I think yesterday the people of Ayawaso East voted with their feet. They decided to vote with their feet.
I don't understand.
What does that mean? Thank you.
They stayed home.
They stayed home. And that stayed home was a rejection of the narrative of the rejection of the incumbency.
Wow, look at
they stayed home because they felt that something was happening. You see, one, the NDC fielded a very weak candidate.
Wow, look at that.
And a wounded candidate at that much. They fielded a candidate that the parliamentary majority in the House rejected already. They feel that a candidate that the party had to go to discipline. They feel that a candidate that
your claims are completely unconstitutional.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not talking constitution. You are the lawyer. Talk constitution. Listen. So the fact was that. So when they went, remember. So the people were feeling that who is this guy? That idea of how he became a parliamentary candidate went to the people. If we just claim that the low turnout was just a result of Ramadan. The low turnout was just a result of what? What's the name? The place being a stronghold, the people didn't. Those are, for want of a better word, weak arguments. Those are the usual suspects. We need to go beyond that. One, was it because of how he became selected? Because there were people who genuinely made that point. Okay. I'm saying that we need to, those arguments are there, but I'm saying they are weak. We need to look beyond that. At the end of the day, he won, but we need to, one of the things we have to look at, was it because of the way he was selected? That the people were so outraged by that they decided to vote with their legs. Is it possible?
But the turnout affected all sides of the political divide.
Yes, but this is a place where the NDC used to win. The last election, 2024, they won by what? Almost 25%.
With 62% of your primary. Doesn't mean he's coming wounded.
40%
of your delegate didn't vote for him.
Alfred, I thought you were going to say you should let me talk.
My name is Roland. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Roland. I thought you were going to say let me talk. So that's one thing. So they have to ask themselves that very serious question. Is this just a blip? Or is Nima rising up? I heard somebody make an argument that whenever there's a violence, they see people rushing there with development and everything. There was nothing going on.
That's Chairman Buga's proposition.
The question I'm saying is that, is Nima, are they waking up to say that you've taken us for granted for a long time? And now we are not going to be taken for granted. Because going into 2028, if after 1 year in office, you've lost about 20% of the vote, people have refused to come out to vote, and even those that have voted, you can not still maintain the percentages that you had, it's a problem. There's a third issue that I think the NDC should look at very well going forward. One of the things that associated with the NDC for the last 8 years coming to now, and let me say 9 years, is that there's a strict discipline. The house is locked down. That the NDC's house is locked down and the lock and key by the general secretary and by the chairman. That discipline has been strongly enforced. It didn't work here. Somebody went on a post.
You mean everybody has been whipped into
Everybody
line?
has been whipped into line. But all of a sudden, this election, we see that one person refused to be whipped into line, went and voted, ran independent. I've seen the threats against him, everything. He took it. He got 10%. Now, we can say that, hypothetically, that if he hadn't come, that 10% would have gone to Baba Jamal. Yes, I'm making your argument for you. That would happen. Then probably Baba Jamal would have gotten the 51 he didn't get. Is it the beginning? Is the dam about to break? Are we about to see this level of resistance in the NDC? Is the discipline, the lock and key that we talk about, is it breaking? Is the power of the general, the chairman, the general secretary losing? And people are now beginning to say that no matter what you are saying, we are going to go independent because he hasn't. At the end of the day, you know what is going to happen when Baba Jamal gets voted in office? It's going to be awkward in the majority leader's office. Here is a majority leader who literally told Baba Jamal, you don't belong here. He is a majority leader who, in that letter, they said, basically said that we should come. He said they should cancel. Who said they should cancel the primaries? So all of a sudden, Baba Jamal is going to work and say, hey, remember, guys, you didn't want me here, I am here.
Okay.
It's going to be awkward.
So that's your prediction.
It's genuinely it's going to be because of past events.
Roland, please, I beg you, just 30 seconds. No. But we have 9. 30 seconds.
No, we don't have 9.
One of the things I have learned with my politics is that you see today, everybody says Eduji. May I never get to the point where I think I'm bigger than the NDC. I should never get to the point where I think that today everybody is mentioning Eduji.
You said 30 seconds.
Means that I have now grown bigger than the NDC. May I always remember that I have gotten here by reason of this party. There are many who have this belief that they have grown bigger than our party. Yesterday, the people in Ayawaso said something. They sent a message to all politicians that the vehicle through which you have grown, may you never forget it.
Okay.
So there was that too.
No, to the other independent candidate.
Sorry, you just have 2 minutes.
No problem. Adiji, what was your percentage in 2024 for the same constituency?
71.
71.
I'm not good with percentage.
Of course you are not good. You see, Roland.
What was your percentage? What was your percentage?
It was 71.
No problem.
I'm talking about the NDP.
He says no problem, please.
Oh, I'm just asking.
So your time will come, please. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let him flow.
They fielded a grasshopper candidate.
Well, look at that.
Who is the grasshopper?
Baba Jamal.
Baba Jamal is a colossus in Ghana.
He started hopping from Akwetia.
Wow.
To Nigeria.
Then hop to Nigeria.
Then
That's a good one.
You said what? Grasshopper.
Grasshopper candidate.
Grasshopper.
Hopping all over. How can I talk?
You are talking.
Hopping all over the place. Only to come and share rice. Look, you share rice, TV, and all of these things.
There's no evidence of that. I have not seen.
Are you not part of FEC?
Yes, I am.
Were you not the body that constituted the investigation team?
Yes.
So what are you talking about?
What did he say? That
are you saying that FEC? Are you saying that FEC didn't confirm it?
That's a very good lawyer. He will make his way out.
So the point is, after sharing TV, after sharing rice, look, the day before there was this nice, this nice woman going about. Baba Jama said, giving rice out. And in all of these things, you still couldn't get the 71% you got in 2020.
By-elections, you don't usually get the previous.
No, let him make
and the candidate too.
You have 30 seconds. Please wrap up.
Enough of your analysis. Enough.
We agree. It's a wounded candidate.
Look, the apathy that has set in the NDC is dangerous.
There's apathy.
Oh, they came out publicly on TV and said that, but you guys, you've given rice and TV to delegates. There was this old man, he's NDC, live on TV.
No, it might be MPP.
So you've given rights, etc. Look, you see what's interesting? You know what's interesting? He's talking about where Baumia lives, forgetting that Jubilee House is actually in that constituency. The whole machinery, the whole Jubilee House, the whole Jubilee House machinery. Yes, it's there. Jubilee House and Ministry of...
That's his address now.
Wrap up. Jubilee House and Finance. Yes. 2 minutes. I want to read some comments. I have some interesting comments. 2 minutes.
It's very interesting.
Please, silence on the table.
How those that have lost are rather criticizing those that won an election. I've never seen something before. I have told the MPP that they will be playing relegation matches with the LPG.
Relegation?
Isn't that what happened? Baba Ali, before the electoral commissioner will even declare, he had organized a press conference and was only conceding that the man has won.
It's a very good recruit for 2028.
Oh, yeah. What it means is that cheap politicking, where you go and sit under cocoa trees and create the impression that cocoa prices are reduced, and for which reason Ghanaians are very mad at the government, that's not working.
Oh, you're talking about Dr. Otokuno?
I'm talking about what your people have been doing.
But not what
it means is that
you don't want to talk about
what people have been doing by way of People's Forum.
Because price has not changed.
People's Forum, where you have a whole political party go and organize their own party members, get media men to put camera on them to be spewing lies. That's not change the minds of the people. What it means is that when you have a political party go on various water bodies to say that the color of the water has not changed and that is so brown and so Ghanaians have regretted voting for a political party. That's not good. What rather works is that as a political party you must always be strategic, have a plan, just like what the United Party has, and that we will give the NDC a good run for the American 2028. As for them, they have no message, they have lost and they are happy. They are rather now advising the winner that let's start doing it this way. This is so serious. I haven't seen it before.
Says that United Party should do well to get some seats in 2020.
No, we are going to get seats. We are going to get seats.
Cocoa Marketing Company has purchased almost 92%.
These people, they went and brought fake people on the road.
All right, and then I have this one.
Did Otukono tell you the truth where he went?
Cocoa Marketing
Company. Did Otukono tell you the truth where he went?
I have this one from Kwame, who says that clearly, aside with Kofi Tonto and Dr. Zato, there is confusion in the NDC in Ayawaso East. I hope it is not going to be replicated in other constituencies come 2028. And then also lawyer Kakri Samoa says,
Senior, good morning.
Dr. Zato is being disingenuous about Ayawaso East. In the notorious by-election in Ayawaso West Wogon, in which Lydia Al-Hassan won, the turnout was 19%. Did the voters then vote with their legs? And then he adds, grasshopper candidate Kwabne Jakun started at okay, Krobo Dumasi before contesting Ayawaso West. Okay, so you mean
those one people move.
All right. In Nigeria, they even move from one party to the other before the next election, from APC to.
No, but look at Peter Obi.
PNP.
Granny made Grana form.
But that doesn't mean that he's not a grasshopper.
Ebo Bachman says global crisis shake economies worldwide, but Ghana's downturn under the previous government cannot be blamed solely on the Russia-Ukraine war. Under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration, The economy generally declined largely due to mismanagement, excessive borrowing, wasteful spending, and corruption. Kofi Tonto said, "I should stop that, Ebo Backman."
Why must he stop that? Ebo has given me a point. Ebo has explained.
Master Planner Jr. says,
no, he made the point.
The tension in the Middle East will not have any effect on Ghana's economy. Ghana is immune to external factors. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me take a look at this.
Roland, you didn't wish Mahdi Jibril back.
Oh, Mahdi Jibril. Not the substantive director of election.
We'll do the party at the iftar.
Iftar,
okay.
Yes.
Big at the ADC headquarters.
Yes.
Gentlemen. All right. Big Issues is sponsored by University of Gold Coast. So whether you're aiming for a specialized MBA in marketing communications, operations, supply chain, human resource management, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, or business intelligence analytics, or you want to advance through their dual MBA or Chartered Manager MBA, University of Gold Coast gives you options that match your vision. And so if your next step is an MSc International Relations, Communication, International Marketing as well, International Law, Security Diplomacy, Accounting, Finance, or Human Resource Management, and LLM in International Law, Security Diplomacy, or an MA in Biblical Studies, Practical Theology, the pathway is then opens because the April admission is now open. So you have to make sure you apply today because at University of Gold Coast, they make it practical, they make it flexible, and then they ensure that your entry is very easy as well. So just make sure that you touch base with them. They're across social media. Get the latest from University of Cape Coast, University of Gold Coast right here. You must make sure that you apply through their website. It's on social media and then also the numbers as well. We're taking a break. We'll be back with the latest sports headlines.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at St. Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd.
Getting into the world of sports with Bill Ishen from 3 Sports. How are you doing?
Hi.
Your outfits for Ghana month, dear. Papa, is your banner Bema Pamao?
Where Bema? Your friend Cap Stitch.
Cap Stitch.
Cap Stitch.
Oh, he's on a mission stitching for you.
Yeah.
You look really good.
Thank you very much.
You
look awesome as well.
Thank you very much. Ghanaian made.
Oh my goodness.
Dairy on points, DOP on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Also Cap Stitch on Instagram.
Cap Stitch.
Cap Stitch.
Cap Stitch.
CAPSTITCH.
They are really trying for us during Ghana month. Yeah, we appreciate them. Without them, we won't come to work with clothes on.
You understand?
It will be a sight.
It will be birthday suits, eh?
Anyway, so I'm told, even in the midst of the missiles and the unrest, the Black Queens are really making us proud. They had another one, was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
It was yesterday, yeah.
Okay, against who?
Russia.
And how did that end?
4-0. They defeated Russia by 4 goals to 0. It
Wow.
was great football, excellent goals from the Black Queens. And this is it's not just about the win, but against the opponents that is 28th in the FIFA Women's World Ranking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Black Queens are in the 60s in the FIFA Women's World Ranking.
And these people are 28.
28.
And we scored them.
And they still beat them by 4 goals to 0. So that goes to show that the team is really gelling well. The quality has improved. And I'll definitely give praise to Kimlas Bjerkegren because they were fierce after Nora Hoopla left about how the Black Queens were going to progress. But Kim has done a fantastic job with them so far. And this is one of the results. And Kim himself, when he was speaking after the game, did mention that he was definitely proud and it was one of the best games of the Black Queens he's ever watched.
About the best, but I mean, we knew before the game that they were the favorite because of the ranking and the history. But we also know that we trust our girls so much, and we know that we're just getting better for every game, for every camp, for every day we are together, for every meeting, for every training. We're just getting better and better, and to win today, I'm super happy that we won today, but I mean, in the way we won also with 4-0, and it was deserved 4-0. It's not 4 lucky goals. It's in the way we played. It's amazing. It's the best game I ever seen this team play. I mean, if Russia are, don't know, 20, 28, something like that in the FIFA ranking, so that means that they are better if you're looking at the FIFA ranking than all of the other teams that plays in Africa, and we won with 4-0 today. So it means that, I mean, the high potential in this group it's top. It shows that we have the quality to go all of the way and beat all of the teams in AFCON. It's not going to be easy.
Very happy with their results. Congratulations to them. So 2 more matches to go, right?
One more in this, yeah. It's on the 6th of March, actually.
Okay. Oh, Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You should get Ghana jersey and
yes, we've got other plans for Friday, but maybe afterwards, maybe after New Day.
What plans?
Well, I'll tell you about it. Come on, you know I don't hide anything from you.
Wow.
No, I mean, we've got other plans for TV3 New Day on Friday.
Okay.
So maybe after the show, then yes, we change into the jerseys to support them.
Okay.
After what I say.
Matthias, yeah.
Propaganda and tea.
I'll say about agenda.
Now, let's get into Barcelona getting out of the Copa del Rey. What happened?
Barcelona, although they defeated Atletico Madrid by 3 goals to 0 last night, it wasn't enough for them because in the first leg, Atletico had actually won 4-0, and so Barcelona had a very tough task on their hands. They played well, they created a lot of chances, and as you can see, one of the goals that they scored, Bernal scoring 2 goals, and then Rafinha scoring the other, but it was definitely not enough to get them into the final of the Copa del Rey. So Atletico Madrid are in the final. Barcelona will definitely feel sad. Real Madrid had already been knocked out a while ago, so that's also already been dealt with. But we will not see any of Barcelona or Real Madrid in the final of the Copa del Rey. But Atletico Madrid will be there.
Too bad. Anyway, let's continue with the Premier League updates. What happened?
The race for the top 4, top 5 is getting ever tighter because Liverpool have slipped. They lost later today. Chelsea themselves will be playing against Aston Villa, who are currently 4th. And then Manchester United will also go away to Newcastle. Manchester United are currently 3rd on the league log, and they could solidify their place there if they win. So these are the results from yesterday. Wolves defeated Liverpool 2-1. Bournemouth drew Brentford 0-0. Everton defeated Burnley 2-0, and Sunderland defeated Leeds United by 1-0. And later today, we have Aston Villa versus Chelsea, as I mentioned. Brighton will face Arsenal. There's Fulham versus West Ham. Manchester City will be hosting Nottingham Forest. Newcastle will host Manchester United. And then tomorrow, there will be Tottenham versus Crystal Palace.
Wow. Tomorrow, Tottenham. Okay. I'll look out for that one.
Hey, why?
Oh, why?
I have to ask.
Oh,
I want you to mention.
I don't want you to know.
Oh, you mentioned
No,
the name.
no, it's okay.
You say good morning.
Do you know that it's 100 days to the World Cup?
Yes,
Do you know?
yes, it is.
Exactly 100 days to the World Cup.
That was yesterday, so today
is 99.
99.
Okay, so the countdown continues.
Yes.
And Gianni Infantino has been speaking. What did he say yesterday?
So he was talking about unity,
Okay.
togetherness ahead of the World Cup, which will be hosted in 3 countries. This is arguably going to be the biggest World Cup because so many teams, 48 teams, will be competing.
Okay.
And so,
Usually it's 32, right?
Yes, usually it's 32,
Okay.
but now it's increased to 48. And
Okay.
so many teams will be playing. And then Infantino did call for a lot of unity going into the World Cup, defining that of the host, US, Canada, and Mexico hosting the World Cup as probably a defining moment, a redefining moment in the world football.
Well, 100 days to go until the kickoff of the greatest FIFA World Cup ever. 3 host countries, 16 host cities, 48 participating teams, national teams, 104 matches in a little bit more than 1 month, in 39 days to be precise. This is history. We'll have 7 million people in the stadiums. We'll have many more millions coming, billions, 6 billion people watching it from home. We'll have debutants. We'll have the usual world champions who will play. But most importantly, we will have the world coming together. And this is probably the most important fact in this particular period of time. We need events, we need occasions to unite the world, and this World Cup will truly unite the entire world around an emotion, around the passion, around football.
Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, with a message on the upcoming World Cup. So 99 days to go.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for your plans as to how you're preparing to take me. So I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Don't worry, don't worry.
And the 3 sports team, Munyina.
Don't worry.
How's Mutala doing?
We've given him a break. Okay. So, it's still a period of mourning for him, but he has already sent messages thanking everybody for the support.
Mutala is an amazing human being. He sent single or individual messages to every single person, even me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mutala, good morning to you. We hope that you're doing well. Stay strong. We'll see you soon. All right, Bill, thank you very much. Bring us more updates tomorrow. Now, celebrate Ghana month in grand style with gold board jewelry. So from the 26th to the 28th of March, 2026, Heritage Village presents a first of its kind curated outdoor experience at Akwaba Park adjacent the Hajj Village, showcasing Ghana's finest brands, creators, and institutions. Now, this is a bold national platform championing Made in Ghana, local value addition, and the promotion of local manufacturing, innovation, and creation. So if you believe in Ghana or if you believe in Made in Ghana, this is where you need to be to exhibit, or if you want to be a partner to this, you can call 020-941-7777. 020-941-7777, or you can also call 053-6308-888, 053-6308-888. All right, we take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue here on TV3 New Day.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and zip lining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfonochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it.
Aquabua, very lovely to watch. And this morning, another favorite of mine in this house is also in studio, wearing some lovely hair, but I'll come to her later because I want to remind you that 2026 is the year to travel, explore, and experience more. Now, Global Wings Travel and Tour, in partnership with Media General, is inviting you to experience the best of Malaysia and Singapore this April. It's 9 unforgettable days with return flights, luxury hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, daily meals, visa facilitation, city tours, Genting Highlands with cable rides, inter-country transfers, and so much more. Please don't wait. You've been waiting for far too long. It's already March, and April is just around the corner. So please make your April 2026 Malaysia and Singapore trip a reality. Please call these numbers. You can also WhatsApp these very numbers, 0550-188-181 or 0553-688-398. Please make sure you call these numbers or WhatsApp them today. Don't be late. April is just around the corner. Now to the business of the day. Now, when you see her, you see the business. When you see her, you see the event business. And that's why AJ Okwakusapo is in studio this morning. I love this hair of yours.
Thank you,
very lovely.
Cookie.
I needed to do something on TV3 New Day. So please, make sure you pass it on to her sister. But it's
I did for you. I did for you. It's good to see you.
Yeah, and
we're excited. Ghana month, and we're taking over every aspect.
But it was a lovely launch on Monday.
It was.
Very beautiful.
It really was.
I said a big thank you to all the stakeholders who were present to help us launch it. And again and again and again, thank you to all of you who were here on Monday to help us launch Ghana Month. But there's so much going on.
There really is.
What are we talking about?
So first off, this week is very exciting for so many reasons. For those that don't know, the Ghana Village, which we launched on Monday, is open. It's open for anyone to pass through, to experience it, to know a little bit about Ghana. We have so many different exhibits from some of our amazing partners, like the National Theatre, Museum and Monuments, and they are showcasing Ghana in its true essence. We have food vendors, we have cocktail bars, local bar vendors, all of that and more. Literally every single day. But on Thursday especially, we're doing something very exciting.
A day before Independence.
A day before Independence, we're doing our pre-Independence Bazaar. So every Friday in the month of March, we'll be doing a bazaar, a Ghana Month Bazaar, or a Ghana Village Bazaar. But this particular week, we're doing it on Thursday for the simple reason that we want everyone to party into Independence Day. Once at midnight, we'll have a bit of a reenactment of Ghana, my beloved country, is free forever. So we're doing it on the 5th of March at the Ghana Village on the TV3 premises at Adisawa Kanda. So basically what you can experience on Thursday includes the Korea Share Butter experience, the Ghanaian exhibition from our amazing partners, National Theatre, Museum and Monuments, as well free food for the first 200 guests, courtesy Kivo. So Kivo says that on Thursday, when you come through, so long as you're between the first 200 people, you're literally eating for free on them. As well, after the 200, you can buy amazing food from so many different vendors. We have games, music, and good vibes. And when we talk music, we're talking a kaleidoscope of all the great sounds that we've enjoyed in the last 69 years of Ghana's existence. So from our culture troops to our amazing artists to just beautiful music that has defined us over the last 69 years as we celebrate Ghana at 69 on Friday. As well, company, fun games, and your favorite shows live in the mix. So the best part about it is that we're inviting corporate Ghana to be a part of it. So if you are within the enclave, if you know you're a bunch of your friends in the office, you want to do a team bonding experience, we invite you to join us. So we want all of corporate Ghana to find a time to come. So whether you're all together like me and my team in the events department or Cookie in the programs department or any department that you're in, you can just gather your team members and come over to the Ghana Village and be a part of our inter-company games. And you can win some many exciting prizes as well. Get a chance to even hype your company live on air. So we'll be going live from a lot of our different shows from the Ghana Village. And we want you to be a part of it. If you've always wanted to experience what it's like to be in a TV production, this is the best way to be able to make that happen. But most importantly, we want a chance for you to be able to bond together as we get into the independent spirit on Friday. I hear every jersey in Ghana is basically sold out because the pressure.
No, what's going on?
I hear the outfit for the entire weekend is our Ghanaian jersey.
Oh, so that's why there was a rush for it yesterday.
So at this point in time, everybody's repping Ghana.
Oh, so this entire weekend we are all repping our jerseys.
I've literally ironed every jersey I have, and I've decked it out ready to showcase.
So that's why there was a mad rush. Yesterday I didn't understand. Oh, okay,
so,
I get it now.
The idea is come repping your best. We're not forcing you to wear your jersey. If you have it, please rep it. But we want you to come dressed in your finest wear, whether it's your Afrocentric vibe, whether it's a shirt, whatever vibe that fits you, please come through. We're celebrating our pre-independence bazaar at the Ghana Village this Thursday. And on Friday, of course, we celebrate Independence Day with great programming on TV3 and all media channel platforms. But don't forget, on Saturday, the 7th of March, right after Independence, PM Extra is live with the reunion. We're really excited about that. I mean, Perfect Match Extra is one of the most, if not the most viral show in Ghana. Whenever we come on, we literally take over the airways for 3 months or 10 weeks or 12 weeks straight. So it's starting again this Saturday. I'm really excited to sit with the former housemates. And this particular episode is focused on the former housemates, those that have made exciting things, the scandals, the interesting shenanigans that have gone on in the last 365 days since they entered into the PM Extra house. So that's going to be happening on Saturday. So that's some of the great content you can expect this week on TV3. But also, we have some many exciting events coming up in the next subsequent weeks. Don't forget, on the 19th to the 22nd of March, we're going around Ghana. And we're going 4 days, 3 different regions. So we're doing Eastern region, we're doing Ashanti region, and we're doing the Central region. And I'm talking 4 5-star luxury all throughout. Excitement, adventure. We'll be going to Safari Valley. We'll be going to Bonsu Eco Park. So if you like zip lining or hiking or any of these exciting things, that is your chance to do that. We'll be partying at Rock City Hotel with DJ Faculty, DJ Abiam. We'll be going to Ridge Royale in Cape Coast, where that will be our base for day 3. On day 2 in the Ashanti region, we'll be at Ridge Condos. We'll be checking out Menchia. We'll go to Bon Ray Kington Museum. We'll go to the sword site, to the Kompanoshi sword site. We'll be trying to see how strong, maybe we can find the next in our group.
I know,
someone can pull out the sword. Maybe. As well, the final day, we're doing a vacation at Crown Forest. So if you don't know Crown Forest, it's literally one of the most viral resorts that the president spent his Christmas day at. So
that was the one.
So we'll be experiencing what the president experienced. We're going to the president's new favorite resort, and that's how we're going to be spending our final day on expedition. So please give us a call, 0531 100927. That's 0531 100927. The best part about this, Cookie, is that for some of the places we're staying at, meaning Crown Forest, Ridge Royale, Ridge Condo, Safari Valley, Rock City, even a night there is the entire budget. Like if you're doing the activities, you're eating, you're drinking, all that activity here in one place is literally the whole budget. But we're giving you like literally over 6 different incredible resorts, all for the price of 6,500 Ghana cedis. And that is including your transportation, all your feeding, literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Hold on. No, I need to understand.
Let me break it down for you.
Break it down. So we are going to 4 different destinations.
4 different destinations. So 3 different regions. Over 6 different cities.
Okay, so hold on. And I'm not paying 6,500 for a region.
No.
All 3.
All 3 regions, all 4 days, including your breakfast.
And everywhere we are going.
Your lunch, your dinner, and your drinks.
For
and snacks.
6,500.
And you get a very nice souvenir to start off the journey with. And
you give me accommodation.
I'm putting you not just accommodation, I'm putting you day 1, you're sleeping at Rock City. Day 2, you're sleeping at Ridge Royale in Cape Coast. Day 3, you're sleeping at, day 2, you're sleeping at Ridge Condos in the Ashanti region. Day 3, you're sleeping at Ridge Royale in the Central region. And day 4, you are experiencing Crown Forest in its entirety.
For 6,500.
I'm talking quad biking, the safari. If you've never been on a safari ever in your life, this is a chance to actually be on a safari because you're experiencing wildlife in its true essence. And I've been to Crown Forest. It's exceptional. And the quality of service, never seen it before. Wow. And that's exactly reminiscent of all the places that we're going to. These are places that we've all experienced, and we've experienced it in pockets, but now you get to experience it in all its full glory. I mean, Rock City is A1 when it comes down to the Eastern region area. Ridge Condos, is where they have some of the finest people when they come into Kumasi staying.
I know it,
and you are also going to be staying in one of the finest places that people stay in Cape Coast. Not to mention the fact that you'll be having lunch at Lush on the Coast, which is right by the sea. All for 6,500 per person if you want to have your own room. But it gets cheaper, Cookie. It gets cheaper. Let me break it down. If you are coming, you are open. So maybe, Cookie, you're like, you know what, I want to meet someone else. So you're like, oh, I have no problem sharing with me. So they'll pair me and you together in a room. That is 5,500 Ghana cedis. So you get 1,000 cedis cheaper.
Discount.
If you're open with that. Then, if you say, you know what, Cookie, I want to come with my sister. I want to come with my partner. I want to come with my husband. I want to come with my wife. Then you get an opportunity to get it at 10,500 for the two of us. Ghana cedis. So you're actually cheaper if you come with a friend, come with a partner, come with a sibling, come with a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
So it's cheaper if you come with someone.
If you come with someone.
Or if you're sharing the room.
Or if you're sharing the
someone.
room. But if you're someone who loves their comfort, for just 6,500 Ghana cedis, you get all these places, yourself in a room enjoying all that excitement.
Yes,
your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snacks, your drinks, and your transportation.
I told you that when you see her, you see the business.
I'm telling you. So please give us a call. 0531 100 927. 0531 100 927. Please give us a call right now to be a part of the Ghana Month Expedition. It is truly the most incredible way to see Ghana on a budget, but not slacking on the quality. So that's exactly how you should be experiencing Ghana in the month of March. If you've never seen Ghana beyond the Greater Accra region, then you must be a part of it. Of course, a big thank you to our incredible sponsors for the Ghana Month Village as well, Ghana Tourism Development Corporation. A big thank you to Kivo, to Kantanka Automobile. So if you come to the Ghana Village over the next few days, you can actually experience Kantanka in its full essence. So if you've always wanted a brand new car, and truly, I don't see why people are buying home use when you can get a brand new car from Kantanka for the same price. I mean, come through and check out our Kantanka ones. Bank of Ghana, a big thank you to BOG, who are amazing sponsors. Ghana Publishing Company Limited, a big thank you to them as well. To HR Heights, First HR, who are a part of the Airbnb options for those that want to be able to experience it. A big thank you to Kivo as well. They're sponsoring our free meals, and we truly every Friday free. But this Thursday, yes. And don't forget, when it comes to food, we are giving you the ultimate food experience on the 28th of March. 3FM Gope Festival. We're back. It's back for another edition, and we're so excited to have you there. It's happening at Legon City Mall on the 28th of March at the Legon City Mall. 3FM Gope Festival is more than just a food event. It's a full-on experience where you have families, you have games, you have the music, you have the experience of your favorite people around the favorite meal. And whatever combination you like, you get it at the 3FM Gobe Festival. And beyond that, we've also included all kinds of bean-related products. So wache, ayikle, bambara beans, like every kind of bean as well. You find every kind of bean product meal you find there as well on the 28th of March.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're
But
really
this
excited.
Thursday, please.
Yes.
It's free food.
Free.
For the first 200
And it's free
people.
entry at the best part as well.
Yes.
You can
So
come in
that's
and
the question.
experience.
That's the question somebody asked. That do we pay to get in?
No.
So it's free.
We want you to experience the Ghana Village. So come through with your friends. It's not a one-person experience. It's a full-on friend experience.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
come with your friends, come with your work colleagues, come with your family members. Let them experience Ghanaian culture up close and personal.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
can't tour, get to Larabanga Mosque. You can get Larabanga, an edition of it at the Ghana Village.
AJ, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you for the celebration pre-Independence
Yes.
Bazaar on Thursday, the 5th of March.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
AJ.
so much, Cookie.
All right. Now, it's post-election day in Ayawaso East constituency, where Baba Jamal emerged winner. So he is MP-elect for the constituency. And this morning, we are in the area to ascertain exactly what the celebration or the feeling is like on ground. Beatrice Edu is reporting from Ayawaso East constituency.
Here at Nima within the Ayawaso East constituency. I'm told that today is a market day, and so this place being both a commercial and a residential area, you can imagine what a market day looks like. But I'm not too far from the St. Kizito Catholic School and Church, which is where the just ended by-election was collated and of course results announced. And yes, the people of Ayawaso East this morning woke up to a new reality, the election of a new member of parliament, Baba Jamal, unfortunately following the demise of the sitting MP, Nasser Turu Mahama, who was serving his 4th term when he died in parliament in January. And so, of course, that necessitated the by-election that we saw yesterday. But this is perhaps what you need to know, that the member of parliament elect actually decided to leave the high offices of representing Ghana in Abuja in Nigeria as a high commissioner, in his own words, to come and represent his people in Ayawaso East and serve them as well. And his election for many wouldn't be a surprise, because after all, within the Fourth Republic at least, the NDC has held this constituency very strongly, with at least a percentage of votes being about 60+%. And so, yes, like I just said, the election of Baba Jamal representing the governing NDC isn't a surprise to many. And Global Info Analytics, ahead of this by-election, had also predicted that there was going to be massive win for Baba Jamal. Of course, the executive director saying that he was going to get about 75% of the vote. We saw what happened in the by-election yesterday. He got 63.3%, and the others sharing the rest of the vote. But the election has been held, and a winner has been announced. But what do the people in this constituency make of really this very election, which, like I said, is not a surprise? Let me speak to a few market women here who obviously participated in yesterday's by-election. Good morning, ma.
Good morning, Odo.
Akwaba TV3.
Hey, yeah, mo.
Now, congratulations, so.
The same to you.
And now, what to a baby?
I'm to be.
Okay. Nti wo ne sen yen starting free ho
se me hu ne se
enura se woto aba ne bi na ansa na aba no eba no ye be ye election no ye ka kire ye se Baba Jamal no be win na enura woto ye no se ne result ne ba ye no wugidi se ampa so se ne na nkrofo ne pe no sa ne ko ye
enu anu no se ansa na ubedani ohini de se Nyankopon na esi hini enti Nyankopon na ama no enti kachire na eda ne ti so no Nyankopon kasamfa niama obetumi ahua na odi ansitu ama no
enti wani agesi ye elect Baba Jamal enura
many age
oto aba ne bi
So
she's saying that just before we continue with the conversation, she's saying that she...
no,
you can actually... All right, so, well, she's just basically saying that she's excited that Baba Jamal was elected yesterday. And of course, in summary, also saying that, yes, it is God who crowns a king or who makes a king. And so she believes that God elected Baba Jamal. But I want to find out, this is an area where a number of politicians make a number of promises. As you know, this is considered as a slum community, or one of the slum communities, or Zongo community rather. And a number of politicians have made promises of upgrading the status of this area so people here can live better economically and all the other social amenities that they need. I do have another person here with me, really to tell us, now that a member of parliament has been elected, really, what are the expectations of this man in terms of your need for this area? Please tell us your name first and how long you've been in this community.
Good, I'm Tijani Abdulmobin, popular known as TJ in Ghana politics. I am from Ijura, but then I've been a politician for almost 18 years in Ashanti region, Kumasi.
Oh, you're a politician?
Yeah.
Okay. Which of the parties are you with?
NDC. I came all the way from Ijura. Right from during the Prime Minister, I supported my godfather, Baba Jamal. We won, and during the election by-election, we won massively.
Okay. And so what are your own expectations of him? Because he said that he left Nigeria to come to Ghana to serve and to represent you as a constituent. What do you expect?
As a constituent, Baba Jamal, even right before he was elected, he provided 2.5 million Ghana cedis to the women of our Iwasi East constituency. Each and every woman was given not less than 5,000 to 10,000. And with that money, it was interest-free. You pay back, but without interest. Aside that, before His Excellency Baba Jamal came, he shared 15 cars, that is pickup cars, through His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In this constituency, as I speak, he has been doing tremendous work here. Do you know that he's a philanthropist too? Each and every day, people come to him and he has been helping people. And there are people that he has cushioned them in their businesses. Those that, as I speak, they are now in abroad. Those that I speak, they are now in law firm.
You're not concerned that ahead of the election, there were allegations of, he giving monies to people, even television sets, to an extent that the governing NDC itself had to investigate and found him culpable, but said because of circumstances, they had to let him go. You're not concerned about that?
What I want to say is that in every election, people do give out gifts. Myself, I've gone through so many elections. I give out gifts. So I don't see the reason why there should be a canker or a problem in Ghana here. It is not to induce the election. Let me tell you, prior to the election, the chairman, who is Ramney, shared 150 motorbikes, almost 130 motorbikes. How much is the cost of the motorbike? A motorbike today costs almost 130 Ghana cedis. 130,000. Do you understand? Do you know that? Baba Jamal, let's say he shared only a television. The woman shared 3,000 cedis.
Wow.
So if it had influenced the election, all the supporters or all the voters or delegates must vote for Baba Jamal. Meanwhile, you realize that the woman nearly won the election. We only led the election with 32 votes.
All right, we'll have to end it here, unfortunately, because of time. But of course, thank you so much for staying with us. Obviously believing that Baba Jamal is going to do a good job for the people of this constituency. But my name is Beatrice Edu, speaking to you live from the Ayawaso East constituency right here in Nima, not too far from the roundabout under St. Kizito Catholic Church, which is where the collation of this by-election results was done and the winner eventually declared.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. We continue with birthdays this morning before we say goodbye. But if you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin offers an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready-to-wear that come in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. Now, with Woodin, you can get creative and very versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in Woodin. Now, you can go to a Woodin boutique near you today and choose from a variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. Now, you can follow Woodin Fashion on Facebook, Instagram at Woodin Fashion, and on TikTok at Woodin_fashion. Woodin Le Créateur. Let's now celebrate those who have their special birthdays today quickly. Happy birthday if it's your day today. You are blessed and highly favored. Dr. Jacob Amwato, happy birthday to you, Doc. AJ Tilly, God bless you from Gladys. Eileen Oferiwa Asigbe, happy birthday. Patience Asari, happy birthday, ma'am. Faustina Mensa, God bless you so much. Jemima Note, God bless you on your special day. Caleb Kwame Kuma, happy birthday, young one. Eliane Mawunya Asilevi, happy birthday, yeah. And Salome, happy birthday to you as well as from your auntie. Staff Sergeant Richard Budu, happy birthday to you. Justina Wemafaro Ajomba, happy birthday. Lakeisha Mame Omane, happy birthdays from your parents. Sandra, enjoy a beautiful birthday. Amit Mahajan, have a great day ahead. It's from the Optimal OMD team to you. God bless you so much. AV of Morning Star, happy birthday, darling. Enjoy, happy birthday. Mercy Ofosua Apre, happy birthday, ma'am. Dorte Cosmos is from your dad, happy birthday. And Kayla Na Mali Dixon, happy birthday to you as well. Lydia Gamo, it's from the lovely girls, happy birthday. Vida Ayoko Kwe, you're also celebrating your birthday today. Enjoy a very happy birthday. Will that be the last one? No, Genevieve is also celebrating her birthday. Genevieve Wendy Kwam. Abana Rita, happy birthday to you as well. Safuratu Brima, it's from your mommy and Nana, happy birthday. Princess Ahin, happy birthday to you. Agnes Nto, happy birthday as well. Frederick NK Alogbe, happy birthday to you. This could be from Armstrong, Joseph Armstrong, I'm sure, but happy birthday to you. Thank you for sticking and staying with us all through the morning. We will be back on your TV screens tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of our programming.